news. You're telling me that their primary focus is in finding the right steward for the Padres? Or is their primary motivation going to be to maximize their return?
If Steve Ballmer came in, I want the Padres for $2 billion. He would be very involved. He would care about the team. Some rando who nobody knows, who doesn't care about the Padres, and they offer $3 billion. Who do you think the Siders are going to choose in that situation?
Now, live from the San Diego Sports 760 studios, it's John and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California. What's going on? Hour one, John and Jim back in the studio on a somewhat rainy day here in San Diego County. Good to be back here. We can fully react to the news of yesterday involving the Padres. Also, I noticed you just said that during the Aztecs game, bring a poncho. There's only a 99% chance of rain tomorrow.
That means there's a 1% chance that it won't rain.
Like today, for example, there's a 100% chance. Tomorrow, it drops all the way down to 99% chance.
That's pretty good.
So, yes, be prepared. Get to the game. Is it going to be a factor in the game tomorrow? It absolutely could be. It was last weekend in Hawaii, and I'm excited for it tomorrow night. San Diego State, Boise State tomorrow at 7:30. If you missed Kevin Acee, you're going to hear that conversation coming up at 3 p.m. We also have Greg Camarillo on the show to talk about this weekend's action in the NFL. I feel like we digested the Padres sale news.
I do have a little bit of like potential for some good news here.
Yeah,
we'll get to the Padres in a second. Now, again, these apps, who knows? But I'm looking at my weather app on my phone.
Okay.
And yes, tomorrow it will 100% rain. Okay.
There's a 99% chance it 100% rains. Yes.
So on my app, it says it's going to rain from basically midnight all the way up until
7:29,
about 3:30.
Oh, 3:30.
And then we get to 4:40. And there's no rain on the forecast.
I see that.
And we get to 5:30, no rain. 6 o'clock, no rain. 7 o'clock, no rain. 8 o'clock, no rain. 9 o'clock, no rain. And then we get some rain back at around 10 o'clock at night. Now, I completely just jinxed everything.
You definitely jinxed it.
But there might be a window.
I was about to say, what they call this in baseball is a window.
There might be a window.
Right. Everyone who's a Padres fan, and it rains so rarely during a Padres season historically in San Diego, but every once in a while they've even had a rain out. But those days where it is supposed to rain and people are like, well, is there going to be a window? Are they going to get the game in? And oftentimes in San Diego, they get the game in. The thing with football is they're going to get the game in. The game will be played tomorrow night at Snapdragon Stadium. I've watched a lot of college football over the years. The game will be played, and hopefully there is a window in which this game can be played without heavy rain falling at Snapdragon Stadium. All right, so we've had 24 hours to kind of digest the news, Jim, kind of react to what we learned yesterday. It was Kevin Acee that reported initially the Padres are exploring a sale. We saw then a letter from John Seidler to the fans, and then Rob Manfred chimed in. Oh, the Sidlers have been terrific, and they're going to find the right steward for the organization moving forward. And now it's going to be ways. And now it's going to be on the back burner. You're not going to hear this story each and every day for weeks and months on end. It's not like we're going to be talking about this April 4th when they're playing the Milwaukee Brewers, for example, next year. So now the question really does become like, where do you go from here as a Padres fan? Do you feel as if this impacts their ability to win? Is it all good water under the bridge? If it's off the field, who really cares? They still have Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. Like, what is your level of care if you're a Padres fan right now? You got the news. What are you supposed to do about it? Obsess over it for the next 7 months? Find potential suitors to run the organization, or just go about it as business as usual?
The whole song and dance of, oh, this guy could be interested. Or how about this guy? How about this person? How about this person? Yeah. How about Elon? How about Stan Kroenke? How about this person? It's like, dude, nobody knows. No one has these sources that they claim to have.
Yeah, no one.
Like, this is now going to be a process where the next time we hear any news, my guess is we'll probably get some names and maybe like a potential finalist list. I don't know if that's going to be related to the public or if that's like public knowledge, right? Because once a sale's final or once a sale's getting to completion, then we might start hearing names. Until then, we might not hear anything. I don't know how deep the reporting is going to go on this. I don't know who's going to be the main person to release potential suitors to buy the Padres or if anybody's interested. No clue. And no one knows about that. No one in this town, nobody. No, not right now, at least, is my guess. And if you read the note yesterday from John Seidler at the very end, he said that they will not comment further on the matter, which is not surprising coming from them because the last thing that they do is communicate. So, and nor should you, to be honest with
During
you.
the process of selling.
I get that I'm ripping the Siler Bros because it's easy to do, but at the same time, look at any other sale. They're not going to comment through the process and be like, oh, today we got contacted by so-and-so. Like, they're not going to do that. They release this knowledge to the public because eventually it would have gotten out. And going forward, this will be the last time we hear from them until something happens. It's just going to be interesting how this organization is going to operate with the cloud hanging over it of a potential sale. Like, you got Fan Fest, you got the season, you got the winter meetings, you got the AJ Preller extension looming potentially, you got free agency, you got Manny Machado. What are his thoughts on all of this? Like, what's Craig Stammen think about this? We haven't heard from Craig Stammen. We heard from Craig Stammen, but it was before this news drop, which is very strategic of John Siler and the Siler brothers, by the way, to do it after the announcement and press conference for your new manager. So as of right now, it's all speculation. It's all just theories. And that's where we're at right now with this sale just 24 hours out.
I think we'll get no reporting on it. I think we had very little reporting on the Padres manager search, which is right in front of our eyes in our backyard, and it wasn't accurate. It wasn't even accurate.
Yeah.
We learned in the 11th hour that it was none of the candidates that were discussed for 3 weeks. So I think maybe we get national reporting on it because that makes sense to me, because Major League Baseball is obviously something that involves more than just the San Diego market. It doesn't have to be a buyer in the market. In fact, there's a very good chance it's not a buyer that currently resides in the market. So what my point is this: the Shields-Seidler lawsuit was so big, it was such a massive story that was never discussed again until yesterday. Think about that. Right. But the ramifications of the lawsuit may have led to what transpired yesterday. And now the ramifications of who buys the Padres is so massive and far-reaching, yet we are going to go potentially months on end without having any clue what happens next for the San Diego Padres. We're going to go about it like, oh, they blew a 2-0 lead to the Marlins. What happened? All during which what's playing out in the background is probably more impactful than anything else. Like, something's going to be playing out in the background that's going to determine the future of the San Diego Padres. That's probably far more significant as to whether the Padres hold a 2-0 lead against the Marlins May 1st. So it's a massive moment in the history of the franchise. The next owner could own the club for 10 or 20 years. And we're all fascinated by it, but I agree with you. Like, the idea that someone has any clue that, this individual might be interested, or trust me, this is going to be the next owner of the San Diego Padres. I trust no one in this space until we're closer to resolution. And I have no idea how long resolution takes. I think this might not be resolved for it could be months and months and months before we have resolution with this.
So with anything nowadays, where do you go to get answers?
Well, you go to ChatGPT.
I go to ChatGPT. It's the greatest thing ever. I asked ChatGPT, has any team in a major sport won a championship while going through a sale of the team? Because I was interested in that. And they said yes, though it's extremely rare. There are a few examples of major sports teams winning championships while the franchise was in the process of being sold or ownership was in a transition. The first one is the Chicago Cubs from 2009 to 2016 period. Before the Ricketts family officially took over in 2009, the Cubs were in a long period of ownership uncertainty. Obviously, the Cubs won in 2016, while the official sale wasn't during the 2016 World Series. The transition period included negotiations and restructuring.
It's a little unfair, though, if you include a 7-year window.
It's semantics, basically, there.
Right, a 7-year window is a long time.
And then the only other answers they gave me for a team that was just like in contention and actually was a good team was actually the Los Angeles Clippers when they sold to Steve Ballmer 2014, 2015. That was, they were in playoff contention. Chris Paul,
what championship did they win?
They didn't win a championship, but they're just relaying and saying like, well, this team was actually good and they were in playoff contention still. They weren't bottoming out. They weren't one of the worst teams in the league. That was with like Chris Paul and Blake Griffin those years, right? And that was it. That's literally it. Other than that, they got the St. Louis Cardinals in 1953. They won the World Series while ownership was transitioning. That was it.
Well, I would say this, that I'm not concerned that the Padres bottom out in 2026. I'm just concerned they don't reach their ceiling in 2026 as a direct result of this. Like I am concerned that this ownership situation that's going to play out in real time will limit the Padres' potential. Why do I say that? Not because I think that because the ownership has not been decided, Manny Machado won't hit as well. I think because ultimately they're going to err on the side of caution contractually with potential free agents, trade targets, and I think they will be more concerned about their bottom line than they may have otherwise been. Why? Because you don't want to have more debt and you don't want to take on more income when you're in the process of selling to someone.
What was the biggest, or at least one of the reasons why the Nationals traded Juan Soto?
Were they they were in a sales process, weren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And they offered him a contract, but then the team was going through a sale process, and Juan Soto said he wanted to wait it out before signing a contract to see the ownership group on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing that, the Nationals couldn't wait. They couldn't wait this out. And so they traded him. And if you are a team going through a sale, like you said, do you think it's wise before selling the franchise to go out that free agency and, quote, spend a lot of money? Like, hey, I know you want to buy this team. We're going to go sign this guy to another to a $150 million contract. We'll throw that on top of the sale process as well.
We're giving him 11 years. Yeah. You might not like this player, but we're going to lock him up for the next 11 years with a no trade clause.
And we know that we're like $300 to $400 in debt, right? Or $400 million in debt right now.
Another 150.
But you know what? This 11-year contract that we want to give this guy, like, that's fine. We'll throw that on top of the pile.
It doesn't make, right? When you say it that way, it doesn't make sense. Now, that doesn't mean that, like, oh, well, there's a free agent out there, 1 year, $3 million. No, can't do it. We have no money. Like, I don't think the books are entirely shut or like everything stops. I do not believe that. But I do think when given two opportunities, the aggressive way or the more conservative way, the bigger spend or the lesser spend, there's going to be reasons to suggest they're going to be a little more conservative or limited in their spend because of this process that's going to be playing out.
Before the news dropped yesterday, I was already skeptical of like Michael King returning. Now I feel like that door is shut. He declined the qualifying offer the other day. He's going to be a free agent. He's not coming back here on that qualifying offer if anybody thought otherwise. And I think once a player declines a qualifying offer, it's very rare that they return to that team because Michael King's going to want a big time contract, or at least something more than what the Padres, I think, could offer him right now. And with that being said, I don't think the Padres would give out over $100 million contract to anybody this offseason, to be honest with you.
No, if I saw this news and I was Mason Miller, I'd start long tossing because I'm thinking about pitching more innings. Like if I saw this news and I was Adrian Morejon, I'd start stretching out because one of these guys is going to be converted and they're going to make a savvy trade, to AJ Preller's credit, to add someone in his rotation. And if they're going to sign a free agent starting pitcher, it's going to be more like the Nick Pivetta deal than the Dylan Cease future free agent deal.
Or like a 1 year, like I said the other day, Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander. Can you do a 1 year, $19 million deal? Merrill Kelly or Zach? Who
yeah, not
Zach
the long term,
like,
5-6 years,
like 35.
Yep.
That's kind of probably what you're looking at right now. I would be very, very, very surprised if it's like Padres have re-signed Michael King to a 5-year, $140 million contract or something like that.
I'd go even further. I'd be shocked if they did that.
It's not. I just don't think that's happening.
All right. What are more of the ramifications of this potential sale involving the San Diego Padres? We'll have that for you on the other side. Plus Kevin Acee at 3 p.m. Plus, we're getting you ready for San Diego State and Boise State this weekend with first place on the line in the Mountain West. This is John and Jim. All right, San Diego Sports 760 is your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. Twinkling Lights meet Ocean Delights November 14th through January 4th. You can experience the magic of the season and meet incredible animals like belugas, penguins, and sea otters.
Belugas.
Check out a winter wonderland with a million dazzling lights and all the new Clyde and Seymour's Christmas. Tickets and more at SeaWorldSanDiego.com. All right, so we're going to preview San Diego State and Boise State coming up. If you missed Kevin Acee, you'll hear our conversation at 3. We'll get into the NFL this weekend with Greg Camarillo, who will join us at 4:30. How much stock do you put in this quote? Okay. Quote that we referenced yesterday. I don't know if we read it specifically. During the process and as we prepare for the 2026 season, the Padres will continue to focus on its players, employees, fans, and community while putting every resource into winning a World Series championship. John Seidler wrote, "We remain fully committed to this team, its fans, and the San Diego community."
I mean,
real or fake?
I mean, how could you honestly really believe anything they tell us now, right?
Almost how could you say it, but you almost have to say it.
You have to. It's just classic. It's a classic PR
fluff,
spin
job.
Oh, 100%. How could you take them and be like, you know what, guys? They said they still are committed to winning a World Series. I trust them.
Right. Is that your take today?
No, that wasn't my take.
What if that was our take today? Like, yeah, you know, after I read the letter,
I really trust John Seidler. I believe him. His word is like gospel.
Right.
It's not, because they have said things to this fan base through just classic PR, posts that they have gone back on their word, which was keeping the team in the family for generations to come. I think that's where you have to look and, the team is not for sale. This is completely false what Sheila is alleging that we're going to do. We're not going to sell the franchise. John is here for the long haul.
It's a generational asset.
You lost all your trust when you announced yesterday you are selling the franchise.
So when you later say, but trust us, we're putting all our efforts into winning a World Series in 2026. Again, easy to say it.
Actions speak much louder than words. And if I see this offseason, AJ Preller once again having to scrape the bottom of the barrel to find players to fill out this roster, that's a bunch of BS.
All right, so if you want to weigh in, 877-767-4760. That's 877-767-4760. Yeah, does anyone take the organization at its word?
No. They're an organization that says a lot without saying anything, right? That's kind of their MO.
There's a lot of, we said this yesterday, and I'll stand by what we've said. Like, it's a lot of, Peter's wishes were, and we're going to do that. But you haven't. I can't be convinced these are Peter's wishes when Peter, months before he passed, said this team will be in my family's name for 50 to 75 years. And 23 months and 30 days later, you have a for sale sign up outside Petco.
And 9 months ago, and still to today, you're in a legal dispute with his widow.
Mm-hmm.
I just, if you had a playbook for how to make a fan base not like you as quickly as possible, this is it. Then it's not the worst in the world. Just look at Dean Spanos. He has the perfect playbook for a fan base to despise and hate you forever. And that's moving your franchise, getting up and leaving. That's not happening here. They're not going to relocate. They're not moving. But they are saying things that are being contradicted just 9 months later.
Like, even this statement in this release from John Seidler, the letter, that they made this decision after months of careful consideration and consultation with trusted advisors. What are we talking about? No, you made this decision. Here's why they made the decision. You want to cash out. It's not a generational asset. It's just an asset. It's not generational. You took something that you didn't buy that you now own. They didn't buy it. You took something that someone else bought for $800 million. You can turn it around into $2.5 billion, and everyone wants out. It's an asset. It's not a civic asset in this instance. It's not a generational asset. It's an asset. Like, again, I get it. You can't be upfront and truthful with it. You can't say, "Hey, listen, I talked to some people. We want the money." Like, that's not what you can say. You can't say we want out. We want the 2.5 billion. We're not in the business of running a baseball team. That's Peter's vision, not mine, not ours. But that's what it seems like to me. What it seems like to me is Peter's vision was Peter's, and they don't share that vision.
Because if I asked you right now, describe in your opinion what you think Peter's vision was.
I think it was a true holistic, let's win it. Let's do it for the community. It's our civic duty. I'm going to go above and beyond.
That's the key word.
Actions
right there.
speak louder than words.
That's the key word. Above and beyond. When Peter is going out, and you might say he's being reckless, and I probably would agree with you, with his money.
Yeah, maybe.
Going out there and just throwing money left and right. I mean, there were reports, and I haven't seen him be refuted at all, that they offered Aaron Judge a $400 million contract. He signed for less than that with the Yankees.
That debt number would be another 150 more.
But also, they'd have Aaron Judge, not Xander Bogaerts.
They'd probably have played for a World Series in the last 2
and they'd
years.
be much, much better off.
Mm-hmm.
They offered Trey Turner $350. He signed for $300 with the Phillies. They offered Xander $280. No one was even offering him
$150.
Probably a $200. Signing Joe Musgrove and Yu Darvish and Jake Cronenworth and re-signing Manny Machado and giving the contract to Fernando Tatis Jr. Like, that was Peter's vision, or at least part of the vision for the on-field product. Go above and beyond. So when you tell the fans that we're going to uphold Peter's vision, that's what they expect you to do. They expect you to go out and kind of maybe be a little bit reckless and spend a bunch of money. But we know that they weren't going to do that, and they clearly haven't done that. So when you tell the fan base, we're going to uphold Peter's legacy, that's what the fan base expects out of you. The fan base doesn't see everything that happens behind closed doors, right? They just see, are you going out, or are you spending money on free agents to make the team better to win a World Series? That's what they care about, first and foremost, right? Do the fans honestly care about how you treat employees? Maybe some do. I mean, I think that, if those things come out and you treat employees bad, it makes you look awful. But really, at the end of the day, when you're at the ballpark and you're watching this team play and you're watching this team lose 3-0, are you going home and be like, man, this team actually does not treat their employees well? Like, no, you're thinking, why is this team sucking right now? They need to get better players. They need to spend more money. That's what you're thinking as a fan. And so when you go out and parade, hey, Peter's legacy, we're going to uphold it. They want you to spend, and you're not spending.
Yeah, I mean, even like the Pavetta deal, this is where I give AJ Preller the credit. He pays a guy $1 million. They actually paid him $1 million, and they got Nick Pavetta's year out of him. Now he's owed more than that. The AAV is more, but you can't do that every offseason. You can't go find starting pitchers for $1 million and then ask your franchise to win a World Series. That's just not realistic. All right, more on this on the other side. Plus, let's get into San Diego State and Boise State, this critical showdown for first place in the Mountain West tomorrow night at Snapdragon Stadium. Kevin Acey at 3 p.m. It's John and Jim.
This update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Boise State at Snapdragon Stadium. It is battle for first place in the Mountain West Conference. 7:30 kickoff time, 5:30 is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
All right, John and Jim, Kevin AC at 3 p.m. If you missed that conversation, he broke this story yesterday about the ownership pursuing a potential sale. You'll hear that conversation at 3 p.m. Then Greg Camarillo will join us coming up at 4:30. So this weekend, SDFC is off. They'll play the Western Conference semifinals a week from Monday. You obviously have this situation playing out with the Padres, but it's the offseason. And then you have San Diego State football. Even San Diego State basketball is not playing this weekend. They'll play Tuesday in an important game at Viejas Arena before they go to Vegas. But this weekend at Snapdragon Stadium, you got a really interesting, fascinating scenario that's playing out. You have two teams between San Diego State and Boise State that are both 4-1 in the Mountain West, which means the winner at this point is going to be in firm control of hosting a Mountain West championship game. It will not be a guarantee, but the winner has a very good chance of hosting the Mountain West championship game. Boise has not played in 2 weeks. Last time they played, they lost 30-7 at home to Fresno. I mean, jaw-dropping result. Aztecs handled Fresno on the road. Fresno State went to Boise and won 30-7 in that game. There's the weather factor as well, Jim. I don't really know what to expect, but I do know it is a massive game, one of the bigger games for San Diego State this decade. Could be played in a rainstorm, we'll see, but it's San Diego State and Boise State. Both teams have so much to play for tomorrow night.
It's a couple things. One, this is the biggest game in Snapdragon history for this football program. I can't think of a bigger game.
No, it's the biggest game
with importance.
Yeah, it's not really close. I mean, the first game was probably the biggest game, and then obviously the weather situation there. But yeah, in terms of the most important game, this is that. Yeah.
And number two, I do think, and tell me if I'm wrong, I do think that it's right to view this game as like whoever wins will be hosting the Mountain West Conference title game.
I think it's right to say it. It's not a guarantee.
The job's not done yet. Still got 2 games remaining, and you have to go to New Mexico
the final week
on the road.
And you probably have to win both of those games. That's why I wouldn't call it like a guarantee.
No.
You feel good, but it wouldn't be a guarantee.
But I think that's how they're viewing this game is like, hey, tomorrow night we're playing to host a conference championship game.
I wish, dude, I was listening. You know me. I was watching
what were
BJ Rain's YouTube channel. He does Bronco Nation News. Some Aztec fan, if you're listening to me right now, find this because there is some bulletin board material from this show.
Really?
I honestly should have sent it to Brent. I was in the car driving. I might find it for later. 23 minutes into this video, I even took the mental note because I'm like, I need to remember where this is. One of the co-hosts with BJ Rains took a complete unnecessary shot at Jaden Denigal. He's like, I'd rather have our backup quarterback. He was talking about Boise State because their starter is out. He's out due to an injury. Their backup has never started in college. Max Cutforth. He said, I'm taking our backup over their starter. And then went down this past saying how horrible Jaden Denigal's been. I'm like, well, hold on, buddy.
You send that to Sean Lewis?
And I haven't, but I really should. Somebody find it. Because here's the thing that people don't understand about Jaden Denigal, and maybe some do, is if you're an Aztec fan that's watched every play of the season, the third play of the season, he left due to injury. Right. Go back and watch it against Stony Brook. He has since left multiple games due to upper body injuries, yet he has started every single game. And he's the starting quarterback on a team that's 7-2. So I'm taking my chances, is my point, with Jaden Denigal. Of course, he's going to need to be good. I mean, you're playing Boise State, and their defense is really good. So you're counting on your quarterback, but I thought that was an unnecessary shot. I think this will be a very close game. I could be convinced either way in terms of who's going to win the game. I think the weather could absolutely be a factor as well. I know this. There's only so many times in life you're going to host Boise State as like a favorite. Like, the opportunity is in front of you. You're going to host Boise State. There's years they've hosted Boise State as a 2-touchdown underdog, or they've gone there and they've been a 1 or 2 touchdown underdog. Your favorite to beat Boise State at home. Can you take advantage of it? Because that's what's in front of them tomorrow night.
I think this team will be focused. I think this team will be ready. I think after the loss to Hawaii, it probably put them on a path this week to be more focused than ever heading into this game, because there is no cushion now. If they beat Hawaii,
like, oh, we're great,
and you have Boise coming up. Even if you lost to Boise, you're still in the driver's seat to be in the Mountain West Conference title game.
That's right.
But with the loss to Hawaii, the margins are now thinner. There's no room for error. And, winning this game, again, you still have to finish the job and you have 2 games remaining, but it does put you in a very good position to, at worst, be in the Mountain West Conference title game.
The scary part of it to me is like anytime when I think about Boise State football historically, like anytime they're quote unquote like a wounded animal or an underdog, they typically respond. I mean, Boise State is one of the premier programs, not just in the Mountain West. Like, look how often they win. In FBS football history, nobody has a higher winning percentage all time than Boise State. Now, they've only been around for 25 or 30 years, but nobody's won at a higher clip than Boise State. So, like, you can't count Boise out. I remember my first year in San Diego, 2017. San Diego State was 6-0, hosting Boise as an 8-point favorite with Rashad Penny. They were never in the game, San Diego State. Everyone wrote off Boise. San Diego State was the prohibitive favorite. Aztecs were never in the game against Boise in 2017. I think they lost 21-0 or 21-7. They followed up the next week and lost to Fresno at home. My point is, you can't write off Boise State. I don't care if their starting quarterback is out. I don't care if they're 6-3. They were in the CFP last year. They win at as good of a clip as any program in college football. I think we'd all be foolish, and we're not doing this.
No.
But I think people would be naive to think, well, San Diego State's favored. They're definitely going to beat Boise, and if they don't, shame on them. What a crazy disappointment. I get that. I do get that sentiment, but we're talking about Boise State. Like, Boise State is a damn proud football program, and I certainly can't count them out just because they're 6-3.
It is exciting, though, if you're an Aztecs fan, because tomorrow night really means something. It's a very meaningful game, and it's Boise. It's a really good brand, and it's not like tomorrow night it's San Diego State versus Wyoming for first place in the Mountain West Conference.
True.
Still, that would be just as important. But this, with the dynamic, it's San Diego State and Boise State for first place in the Mountain West Conference this late into your season. Winner has a really good chance to be in the Mountain West Conference title game and host it. So, like, it could not be any bigger than tomorrow night. The brands that are involved, the location that's involved, what's at stake, all of it. Yeah, there's injuries on both sides.
Yep.
Probably more so on Boise's than San Diego State's. I could argue that they might both have the same type of impactful injuries, even though, quarterback is the most important position on the field. Jane Denigle's not fully healthy either, but he's out there. But, it's just find a way to win tomorrow. We had all these discussions in the past of like, would you rather go 10-1, but you win every game 9-6, or would you rather go 7-5, but you average 45 points a game?
Right.
Tomorrow night, it's not about any of that. It's about finding a way to win. If you win 10-3, if you win 3-0, that's all that matters in this situation. You're not playing for style points. You're not playing to see, hey, let's score 45 points. Let's have good quarterback play. Like, throw that out the window. Style points be damned tomorrow night. It's about finding a way to win, because if you win, you're in the driver's seat to host a Mountain West Conference title game.
And listen, I'll be honest. Would you prefer it's 70 and sunny and you fill the place up? Yeah, you would. But guess what? Now it's out of your control.
Yeah.
If the place is filled, amazing. I hope people make it out. By the way, if they don't because of the weather, I understand it. And nobody's going to care a month from now. You know what? They won the game, but it wasn't full. Or they lost the game, but it was full. The result, we're at the result point of the year. They're 7-2. Hopefully, if they win the game, they get another chance to play at home later in the year. I mean, they have next weekend against San Jose State, but maybe they host a Mountain West championship game. So, the weather's the weather. I think Sean Lewis said this week in his coach's show, weather's going to weather. Like, he's from Chicago. He coached at Kent State. Things happen. The team has to be able to overcome weather. It's not just San Diego State. It's Boise State. So, and I get it. It's a factor. Would you prefer 75 degrees out tomorrow? Yeah, I would. Like, is this something we've thought about this week? The fact that it's going to rain? Yes, it's absolutely. We've been thinking about it this week, but Hopefully San Diego State can respond regardless of the conditions. How about this? I don't know how encouraging this is. Boise State off a bye since 2001 is 29-1. Boise State off a bye since 2001 has 29 wins and 1 loss. And Boise State is coming off a bye. So it's a tall order. And it always is, taking on Boise State. And we'll have it for you 7:30 tomorrow night, pregame coverage at 5:30.
Dude, that's crazy.
29-1 coming off a bye their last 30 games. 29-1.
Well, I mean,
They've lost once.
San Diego State is coming off kind of like a bye.
They
didn't show up in Hawaii.
I'll let you tell that to Sean Lewis.
I'm kidding.
I know.
Just trying to, have some fun here.
All right, Kevin AC.
A little lighthearted fun.
I know. All good. Kevin AC at 3 p.m. at 4:30. Greg Camarillo will preview this weekend in the NFL. We've got a giveaway for you today as well. A family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. This is John and Jim. Stay with us. If you missed Kevin Ace, you'll hear the conversation. He was the one to report the news. The Padres are exploring a sale of the franchise. Then Greg Camarillo will join us. We'll talk about this weekend in the NFL coming up with Greg at 4:30. We've got that 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld's Christmas celebration as well. We'll give those away today here on John and Jim. Did you see the pretty important news regarding Major League Soccer's future yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
That
we didn't talk about it because we had other things.
Exactly. But a massive shift for the league that impacts SDFC beginning in 2027. They will shift their schedule to align with the world soccer calendar, so to speak. It's more of a fall to spring schedule as opposed to what they've been doing currently, which is, I think, summer to spring is what it will be. What they've been doing now is like February to November. But the world goes from the fall through the new year into the next summer before taking its break. So in 2027, Major League Soccer will align more with world soccer than it had been previously, including right now. Like SDFC is in the postseason. Some of these world leagues are just underway with their season. The MLS season is now wrapping up. Now, this is going to have all kinds of impacts, one of which is a really short year. Did you see what they're going to do? In 2027, they're going to have this sprint season for 4 months from February to May before they go to the world calendar of fall to summer the next year.
So starting in 2027, the 2027-2028 season.
Yeah.
So the season kicks off in July, runs through October. They have a winter break from November to February. Then March through May, the regular season ends with the MLS Cup in May.
Are you sure a November through February break is 4 months?
This is Major League Soccer today announced a shift in its competitive calendar, aligning with the league schedule. The world's top soccer leagues beginning in the summer of 2027. MLS will adopt a summer to spring season format, marking one of the most significant developments in league history.
But they're not taking 4 months off, right?
Unless this calendar's wrong.
This is from them?
That's from their official account.
No, the winter break is only this part.
Oh, sorry.
You see what I'm saying? There's no way. Yeah, the winter break is part of December, part of January, part of February, which makes sense. It's the true winter.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, right. They'll start in August or whatever, July, August, and then finish April, May.
Well, that also, yeah. So, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Right? I'm like, they can't take that much time off. But they are going to take weeks off in the winter.
They will.
Because the winter's, I mean, are you really going to play January 15th in Foxborough?
No.
Or in New York? I mean, it's cold.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I think what it has a chance of doing is elevating Major League Soccer internationally. Because when you start aligning with the other leagues, then it aligns with like the transfer windows, right? So I just think it has a chance to put Major League Soccer more at the forefront of international soccer is what it would appear to me. Well, as in, why are they doing it? Because this is what the rest of the world is doing. And why has it been put off for so long? I think it has been put off, but that's been impactful in terms of their standing among other leagues in the world.
And will also be cool because there will be pretty much sports year round here in San Diego. I mean, soccer wise, you have soccer followed into, the winter months a little bit. And then you have soccer leading up to the baseball season. You also have San Diego State football, basketball. Like you'll have sports all the way around here.
I'm trying to think, like from a Snapdragon perspective, I think it's beneficial. And the reason I say that is the postseason months would be when Snapdragon is quote unquote dark, where now the postseason months coincide with San Diego State football and the Wave. And assuming the NWSL doesn't do this, then you'd be getting Snapdragon all to yourself, for example, in like February, March, April, and potentially May.
And leading up to the MLS Cup.
Exactly. So
that's
from
cool.
that perspective, I kind of like it. I was cool with it. When I heard it, I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. The weirdest part of it is what's going to happen in 2027. They're going to have this 4-month season, crown a champion, and then start all over again later in the year for 27, 28. So there's 2 more seasons. There's 26, normal year, then itsy bitsy short 2027 from February to May before they kick off the new schedule.
Right.
So it's a little weird leading up to that, but makes sense to me. Also coming off a World Cup, like the momentum of like, hey, it's world soccer coming to the U.S. Let's align more with the world calendar with Major League Soccer.
I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I probably would have been cool with either. I wouldn't have sat here and been like, how could you not align with the world schedule? You know?
Whatever they wanted to do, I was going to be okay with.
But I know, like, in talking with Darren, and Darren would be way better on this topic, but like, sometimes there's these transfer windows or these international breaks that don't make sense with the Major League Soccer calendar because they make sense with like the European calendar. So like what's happening with the stoppages work for Europe, but it doesn't work for the States. And now when you get those stoppages and now when you get those transfer windows, it's going to work for both Europe and North America. That to me makes me like, why are players transferring like just randomly as opposed to like aligning with what goes on in the rest of the world? That's what it sounds like
it
to me.
just makes sense from that standpoint. Because you don't like you have to stop here and you have the weird
like even
transfer
right now.
Yeah.
The stoppage is going on.
Right. And then in the regular season, like just have everything line up with the world so you don't have that issue in the regular season and teams, are playing games without some of their better players.
Yeah, exactly. That as well.
Yeah.
So again, for right now, San Diego FC is trying to win the MLS Cup. And they're only 2 matches away from appearing in the MLS Cup. 2 wins.
Crazy.
A week from Monday would be the Western Conference semis. If they win it, Western Conference finals at Snapdragon Stadium. Still with an outside shot to then host an MLS Cup.
Yep.
With 2 wins and the right results in the East.
Exactly.
It would take the 5 seed winning the East.
What is it, Chicago?
I thought it was NYCFC.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I thought Chicago.
I mean, why not? But I think NYCFC. But if the other 3 teams win the East, then the MLS Cup would be played in those stadiums.
Was it Philadelphia, Miami, and
I don't know the third team. You tell me. Someone else. Philadelphia,
another team.
Miami, and another team. I like that. Another team.
Cincinnati.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you got Philadelphia, NYCFC, Miami, Cincinnati. Those are the remaining 4 teams in the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference, you got Vancouver, LAFC, SDFC, and Minnesota.
Imagine SDFC, LAFC, Western Conference.
Oh, need it. Give it to me. That would be incredible. Oh, my gosh.
Right? I mean, we might only be 2 weeks away from that.
And LAFC would be here, but so it'd be just insane.
Yeah. Like that's very possible, obviously.
Oh, 100%.
2 results. So who's hosting the LAFC match?
LAFC is.
Okay, so LAFC is at home right now. They're a home win away, and SDFC is a home win away from that being the Western Conference final. Give it to me. Bring it on.
Wait, no, are they at home?
I don't know.
Hold on. I think they're going to.
Are they the 2 seed or the 3 seed?
I think actually they're on the road. LAFC is.
You're killing me.
Well, it's when I look at the
team that's on the top or the bottom.
Yeah, so when it's the team on the top,
it's in Vancouver.
It's in Vancouver.
It's in Vancouver,
Okay.
which is the LA of Canada. All right.
Basically.
On the other side, Kevin AC, our Padres insider with more on the Padres exploring a sale of the franchise. Greg Camarillo joins us at 4:30. This is John and Jim.
All right, this update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Tomorrow night, big game, Aztecs, Boise State at Snapdragon Stadium, 7:30 kickoff time. 5:30 is when our pregame coverage starts. Listen to all the action right here on San Diego Sports 760. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Previously on John and Jim.
I think it comes down to money. I mean, isn't it a dollars and cents conversation? If I'm in John Seidler's shoes, you're telling me that their primary focus is in finding the right steward for the Padres? Or is their primary motivation going to be to maximize their return?
If Steve Ballmer came in, I want the Padres for $2 billion. He would be very involved. He would care about the team. Some rando who nobody knows, who doesn't care about the Padres, and they offer $3 billion. Who do you think the Siders are going to choose in that situation?
Now, live from the San Diego Sports 760 studios, it's John and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? Hour 2, John and Jim. We started with a conversation with our Padres insider, Kevin Acee, who broke the news yesterday. The Padres are exploring a sale. We started the conversation by asking why the team is up for sale now.
I think it makes a lot of sense. I can't say for certain. This was something that was on the radar of, anybody that was following the team. I'm sure it was on yours that ever since Peter died. But in terms of why now? Look, you got the labor situation coming up. You've got a TV deal, national and perhaps a local bundle uncertainty that could be great, might not be. What if it's not? Then the sale prices of, the values of teams might go down. It's better to be out in front of that. You have the fact that, look, the reason that this was on our radar as a possibility was the Seidlers can't really afford to play in this game. And when I say the Seidlers and 8 or 9 other owners, to have a top 6, 7, 8, 9 payroll and be saddled with some of the contracts that they are, and to be thinking long-term down the road, being competitive. This game's not getting any cheaper. Players aren't making less. AJ Preller can't always pull rabbits out of his hat at the trade deadline. It does make a lot of sense that now would be the time. This check was going to come due at some point for this family. And by the way, that includes if Peter Seidler owned the team. And we can get into that, but this team has been saddled with a large amount of debt for a long time. Peter Seidler was not a billionaire. Right there, this is sort of writing on the wall that something was going to have to happen for the team. And that could have been a fire sale and keep the team. That could have been, just gradually lower the payroll and keep the team. That could have been, and it appears it will be now, sell the team.
So do you believe, and none of us know this, but as you mentioned there, if Peter were alive today, and it's kind of ironic that this announcement came almost 2 years to the day after his passing.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Padres would be doing the exact same thing right now, where you would report the same thing this morning that the Padres would be looking for a sell?
No one can say that,
right?
But that's why I'm the check was going to come due. There was something, right? Major League Baseball was going to step in 2023 as they did around the time and after Peter's death and say, look, guys, you got to get some things in order financially. That was whether Peter was the partner, the chairman or not. And might Peter, with his passion for the team, his, art of the possible, might Peter have found some solution, brought in other partners or something like that, sold off a portion of his, who knows? But they were out of, being able to get any more money out of the owners. They did a couple cash calls there. Peter put in his own money. And so something was going to have to give. Peter, the quote that's brought up, Peter talking about how it was sustainable. Peter saying it wasn't a one-time thing. Well, those are words. I mean, Peter, I'm really not trying to rain on the Peter Seidler statue committee. I'm not. I would chair that committee, and I can sing his praises all day long. But I'll just say that, like, it was not sustainable spending at the level that he did, and especially with some of the commitments that he spearheaded to some guys that they'll be paying for a long time.
Kevin Acey's our Padres insider. Pretty fascinating stuff. Again, the Padres are exploring a sale of the franchise. In your opinion, what role did Shiel Seidler's lawsuit play in this news?
You know, I can't say what. She's not speaking right now. I haven't been able to get in touch with anybody that represents her, and I haven't seen that anywhere. I'm not aware of any social media postings. I have not reached her, so I can't say that there was an event, right? But the threat of Shiel Seidler needing to, saying, okay, well, I accept that I'm not going to ever be in control of the team. Okay, then I want to sell. Well, the Seidler family can't afford to buy out her 24%. So that's the greatest stake in the team. So if she sold it to someone, that person was going to become the control person. And then why are the Seidlers even in this? And so, that is, it definitely played a role in the long-term viability of the Seidler family keeping the team. I don't know of a direct event where she's like, all right, I want out. That I do not know. But certainly the fact that she, or not her, as the beneficiary, she and her children, the trust was the largest, or is the largest stakeholder in the team, that certainly played a role.
That's interesting. Kevin, when you look at today, a lot of Padres fans are rightfully so, sad. And there's uncertainty, obviously, when you have a sell of a team. It's going to be a very uncertain future. But I could also argue this is a good thing because you have John, who, let's be real, doesn't really want to do this. You have the Seidler brothers. You have this lawsuit. You have all this debt that you have talked about and is being reported on and all these contracts. If they didn't end up selling, then I think, and tell me if you agree, that down the road, like you said, this could have gotten way worse.
Yes, and it still might, right? But I love the way you're looking at it because it certainly is true. And by the way, concern is valid also, right? I mean, there's anytime there's uncertainty, and just because some guy comes in who is a true billionaire and has all the money doesn't mean he's going to make the right moves. Steve Cohen and the Mets. Right. But so, we don't know for sure, but that certainly would be a lot of optimism to have if someone with $16 billion bought the team. That'd be great for all of us, right? I like to follow a team that's good and interesting. Of course, I follow a team that is never dull now, and it's getting a little tiring here in the offseason. But I absolutely believe there should be a cause for optimism here, and I absolutely believe. Listen, yesterday I wrote, I was not refuting Bob Nightingale's report. I wrote on Bob Nightingale's report. And I rarely will write about something that isn't going to happen, right? Like I do not poop on other reporters reporting. I just don't think that's right. There's enough of that in the world today. But that thing took legs when he talked about, maybe they'll have to trade Tatis. And look, there is validity to down the road Tatis being the only tradable guy among the guys who's in, 2028, I believe, through 2033 will make a combined $101.25 million between Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, and Fernando Tatis Jr. And the only one you're going to get anything for is unloading the, I believe, $30 million a year that Machado, Tatis will make beginning in 28. So without a doubt, there is some validity to that if you have owners that cannot afford to keep going at the rate they're going now.
Kevin Acey with us right now on John and Jim. Is any of this tied back to AJ Preller's uncertain status, the exploring of a sale with the organization? Does that have anything to do with Preller's future or not?
It has to. The fact that it's not done. I do not believe that it has anything to do like that. He will get an extension as long as they don't go in there and like lowball him, right? Like say, hey, we want you to take a pay cut, because it is my understanding from multiple people that they have not discussed terms yet, but that everyone believes that there is confidence that an extension will get done. But the fact that it hasn't got done in the last month, I can see them waiting to see what happened at the end of the season and all that. But the fact that it hasn't got done in the last, month and a half or so, then yeah, that has to do with this. No one has flat out said that, but certainly people in the organization believe that.
How much does this news affect their offseason plans, if at all?
Multiple people have said, and that's why I have quoted and repeated the quote from Eric Grupner. And then yesterday, as I talked to people that are very familiar with the inner workings, they swear that this will have no effect. And it, look, we're right to question, oh my gosh, because we've seen fire sales before. We know about, at least, we have a basic understanding of wanting to get the books as positive as you can. But look, the reason the Padres are attractive is because they play in San Diego at Petco Park, where the fans have supported them to the tune of record attendances 3 years in a row. And all that is hand in hand with them winning, right? So like, what good does it do to stop right now? It just doesn't do any good. So that's kind of the logic that I'm using to buy into what Eric Grupner has said on the record, and that other people have said that they will maintain a payroll in the top 10 and that should allow them to be competitive. So, hey, I'll trust in AJ Preller to make that happen. He unbelievably, for like basically net zero, what he did at the trade deadline last year, he'll be able to do something this offseason, and they should be a playoff contender. And I think that people can be fairly confident in that. That doesn't mean they will be, or that we can't all like kind of question some things, but like, I think they'll figure out a way to be a playoff contender at whatever it is, $220 million or whatever.
I do think that's reasonable. And like you said, maybe there's a devil's advocate side of it, but like, what about the idea that, and things change, but 9 months ago, Eric Grupner in front of the media said the Seidlers envisioned this organization as a generational asset. And then 9 months later, they're publicly exploring a sale. Is that he could say they envision being a top 10 payroll, but they could still finish 15th, couldn't they?
Sure. And I think they won 93 games at 14th. But besides that, you are totally right. And to the point of what Eric and I believe the Seidlers said, not just John, but probably I think Matt probably in his letter or whatever. But the message was like, we're not going to sell. This is Peter wanted this. Well, there's semantics, first of all. And then second of all, that I think any of us who've been watching this, watching sports ownership for a while took that with a gigantic grain of salt. As you said, things change. Yep. And what else were they supposed to say at that time? Plus, gosh, I mean, some of what they said was true. But I don't think that there was really anybody paying attention that has, and look, you can't, not everybody understands it. Heck, I barely understand it. But what else were they going to say? This was always a possibility.
Probably don't know the answer to this, but I'll ask you anyway. When you look at a timetable for a potential sell, like this, it kind of feels like the timing of this, Kevin, isn't the greatest because you're on the verge of potentially a lockout next offseason. And there's that's before the new CBA and before a new TV deal. So the new owners, if they were to come in before that, have no idea what the other side looks like. In your opinion, what's your best guess on when this thing could really start moving here that we could find out more information?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't know exactly when, and I forget the acronym now, but the firm that they've hired, when they got started, right? Obviously, some potential, or you would assume my understanding about these things, some potential buyers have known about this for a while. Could it happen in, 4 months? Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of owners and a lot of pouring over the books. And by the way, a lot of loans that went out and all that, there's $150 million worth of cash calls that some owners with interest have to be paid back. I mean, there's a lot of fine-tooth comb by lawyers to go over with. It could be very complicated, but they always are. It's a great question, and you Thank you for saving me right away to say I don't know the answer. A lot of these things can happen like fairly quick, and then some of them get right to the edge, and then after a year or a year and a half and they don't happen. We did have a sale this year, the Rays, and a sale last year, the Orioles, and the lockout has been being talked about since the last one ended. So there's also great optimism within certain ranks of, now this may be delusional optimism, but there's great optimism within certain ranks of the owners in MLB about a new TV package or streaming package or whatever combination. And so maybe it's not as doom and gloom as we're hearing on the outside, where I'm basically thinking, man, I'm going to have a few months off next year. It's really impossible to say, but those are all like really interesting questions.
Last question from me. Two part. What are they worth? And is it about the Seidlers finding the right ownership group for the San Diego Padres, or is it about the Seidlers maximizing the return on their investment?
Gosh, I hope it's both. I really do. And that might be idealistic and naive of me to say that both are possible, and that if they really do want to leave, because I think they're getting a bad rap. I do. Like, is it John Seidler's fault that he didn't want to be the chairman of a baseball team, and he's tried to do the best he can by, the way he's gone about it? No, like, I think they're getting a bad rap. But if they want to cement Peter's legacy and their own legacy, man, I hope they find the best owner for the Padres, because that sure seems possible. Because this is no longer a Seidler or a O'Malley or a Spanos or even a Steinbrenner. Like this is new money here. This is big money here, and there are entities and people that want to not only be involved in the game and love the game, but also you can make money. Obviously, the Seidlers will make a fair amount of money on this. You ask what the value is. My understanding is more than 5x of revenue. So the Padres, approximately $500 million a year in revenue, should be worth at least 2.5, 2.75, and then that's billion, by the way. And then it's like, well, is there a bidding war? Is there somebody that wants it, and thinks, oh, well, we can really maximize this? Is it $3 billion? I mean, whatever it is, it's a lot more than the $400 and something million in cash that they paid. I know the price that was reported was $800 million, but these people raised $400 million between them, and now they're going to sell the team for quite a bit more.
Kevin Acee, terrific reporting this morning in the UT and joining us here on John and Jim. Appreciate you, Kevin. We'll check in tomorrow when the team is officially sold.
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be something?
Let's get over with now. Don't drag this thing out.
Wouldn't that be something? Thank you, Kevin.
Interestingly enough, there is a belief in the UT that a Padres sale could actually help the club win it all. And we will discuss that coming up in about 10 or 12 minutes. I had some thoughts I wanted to share on some of the Pac-12 TV deal stuff that's come out over the last 24 hours as well. We'll get to that. Greg Camarillo on this weekend in the NFL. He will join us at 4:30. Plus, we've got a 4-pack of tickets to give away to SeaWorld. We'll do that coming up today as well. We're here until 6. It's John and Jim. All right, John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. Could a sale of the Padres get the team closer to winning a World Series? We'll discuss in 10 minutes. We didn't really touch on this. We did briefly with JD Wicker. The Pac 12 announcing a new TV deal yesterday. Where is it? Here it is. So, USA Network. When I say USA Network, what do you think, Brent? I know Brent's going to have a USA Network thought in his head. You think suits?
Wrestling.
Okay, you think wrestling. When I say USA Network, what do you think, Jim? They had what? Did they have Monday Night Raw? Or?
Yeah, they
did.
used to.
Okay.
They have SmackDown now, but they
Oh,
used
they
to
do have
Raw, yeah.
SmackDown now. Okay. What do you think of when I say USA?
I have no idea.
Okay, but I mean, you've known it's been on like your cable system for like 100 years.
Yeah,
right?
when you,
Like, everyone
when you
knows
say USA, it's like I know exactly what you're talking about.
So the Pac-12 is going to be on USA beginning next year for 5 years. You pair it with CBS Sports, which was announced, and the CW. Interestingly enough, now is that unique? Yes, because you're not with ESPN or Fox. Okay. But now every single San Diego State conference game or home football game will be on either CBS, CBS Sports Network, CW, or USA. The point is, everyone has those channels. You don't need a streamer. You don't need to pay extra. It's available to basically all households if you have like cable or YouTube TV. So what do you make of that? The fact that every football game, a lot of basketball games, it's not the Apple TVs, which again, I don't have a problem with. We've seen that with soccer. I think it's been
Is
successful.
Law and Order on USA?
I think it is.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun,
Three
dun,
days
dun,
out of the week.
Dun. There you
So
go.
like CBS, CW, everyone has the CW. And now USA.
Uh-huh.
Again, it's not Fox or ESPN.
No,
But everyone has those networks.
it's on cable.
Yeah,
so
cable. Right, exactly.
That's important. You don't have to go to some third-party streaming app or site.
Right. Like, I'll give you a good example. The Hawaii San Diego State game the other day.
Mhm.
It ended up airing on ABC locally.
Couldn't watch it
But if
on
you're
YouTube
TV, you could
TV.
see. But what if you were in Sacramento and you're an Aztec alum? It wasn't on television.
Right.
You would have had to use your app through the Mountain West Network. It was very convoluted. But now if it's on USA and you're in Sacramento, you just put the game on.
Right. Yeah, you can watch the game wherever you're at.
So I just feel like it's very accessible, I guess is my point. Now again, is it ESPN? It's not ESPN.
no,
But
nor
it's accessible.
do I think I don't think it was ever going to be.
Yeah,
ESPN.
either did I.
Yeah.
And also in today's world, because you know how we use YouTube TV, we go there and it just says, I'll give you an example. It says Kings Warriors. I don't necessarily know the network, but it says Kings Warriors in a box. It might be on TNT or it might be on ESPN. I'm making it up, or NBC. But I don't know that. As in, once San Diego State's playing Boise State next year in football and they just put in a box, do you care that it's on USA as opposed to NBC? It just puts it up there for you anyway.
As long as it's not on just like the Mount West Conference Network on Facebook.
There's been a few of those over the years.
There has.
Yeah.
Or the Pac-12 Network.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that's going to be a thing going forward. Maybe.
I don't know either.
We'll see. I mean, they got the studios already built out in Los Angeles for it if they choose to do so. As long as it's not that for games and it's just like USA, CW, it's CBS. I think that's good, and I think that's good enough.
Yeah, I agree with you. And again, am I biased in it? I am. But I like the idea of, okay, I'm an Aztec alum. I'm in San Francisco. But I can still watch my team nationally because you're on the CW. Or I can watch it in Portland, Oregon, or Seattle, Washington.
The thing that I'm wondering is USA Network is owned by NBC Universal.
Just got sold to Versant.
So but what I'm leading into is, say there's an Aztecs game on the USA Network. Will it also be streaming on Peacock since USA is owned by NBC Universal or not?
Stay tuned on that. That's a really good question. I think those are questions that need to be answered. But I do know that all of their home football games and conference games, home or road, will be available nationally on one of those three networks, which again, I think is a win for the Pac-12 and San Diego State. All right, maybe the Padres are closer to winning a World Series right now that the club is for sale.
There's an idea that's floating around from a writer at the UT. It just makes so much sense.
Right.
Actually,
no, make it make sense.
It's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my entire life.
We'll discuss that on the other side. Plus, Greg Camarillo joins us at 4:30, the former NFL receiver. We'll get into this weekend in the National Football League. This is John and Jim.
This update's brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Boise State at Snapdragon Stadium. Battle for first place in the Mountain West Conference. 7:30 kickoff time. 5:30 is when our pregame coverage starts. You can listen to all the action right here on San Diego Sports 760. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
All right, John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. Greg Camarillo, former NFL receiver. Jones is coming up at 4:30. Also coming up, a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. We'll give those away. Tom Krasovic.
Oh, Tom Krasovic.
In the UT, floating the idea of a return to the ownership. You want to?
Yeah. No, continue.
Yeah, floating the idea of having Jeff Morad, who previously owned the club as recently as whatever it was, 10 or 15 years ago, be the one to purchase the club from the Seidlers and have a second reign as the owner of the San Diego Padres. And that could culminate in a World Series championship for the club.
So there's been a lot of really, and I mean really bad articles from people at the UT, such as Nick Canepa and Tom Krasovic, since I've been in San Diego over the last 15 years. I mean, just some of the worst junk you'll ever read in your life. This might be close to the top, if not the top. The first paragraph of this article: it might be good if Jeff Morad buys the Padres. Hold on, full stop. What? He says, whose leaders announced Thursday they're open to selling the club. And then the next line says, please stop groaning. What are we doing here? What? This is, look, I don't know Tom Krasovic at all. I know what he looks like. I know that he used to write about the Chargers, but since the Chargers left, there's really no job for him. So they just give him some random stuff to write, and he just writes some filth like this on the internet. But if you are sitting there, Tom, and you're like, you know what? I got this out of the box idea. How about Jeff Morad? Now, again, I haven't, maybe he's written other pieces about Jeff Morad and whatnot, but at the same time, when you are writing about an owner who essentially, when I first got here, had a fire sale of the team, traded away Jake Peavy, traded away Adrian Gonzalez. What? Are you serious? I mean, he was, I think, on the radio saying we want the payroll this year to begin with a 4, as in like 440 million.
Oh, not 400.
And I got to pull this up here because this part of the article is just, it's insane. Let me pull this up. This is what Tom Krasovic writes. He understands the Major League Baseball industry on several levels, having also served as CEO of the Arizona Diamondbacks from 04 to 08. And his Padres tenure did spin off a few highlights worth noting. 2010 team won 90 games on MLB's lowest payroll. It's not like,
but that's not a
that's not like
the ownership.
No, it's like more credit to the players.
But, and everyone else.
Yeah, in part because of a trade, unpopular with the fans and financially driven. That Morad demanded of general manager Kevin Towers, sending Jake Peavy and his $52 million guaranteed contract to the Chicago White Sox in return for pitchers headed by Clayton Richards in 09. Peavy was past his prime seasons. He would struggle with durability issues. Also, there were draft successes. World Series champion and ace Max Fried, who didn't do anything in San Diego, was traded away by AJ Preller. Infielder Jed Jerko and catcher Austin Hedges.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that it's a bizarre idea to be like, all right, now that they're for sale, this is where my mind goes. I mean, it truly makes no sense. And of course, no, this is not going to be the next owner of the San Diego Padres. Why would we ever put this on paper? Like, why would you spend any time to be like, here's an idea. an ownership group that failed here previously and hasn't been here for 15 years. What about going back to that era in time? Is that appealing, by the way, to anyone? Is that what Padres fans are clamoring for? They've drawn 3.5 million fans each of the last 3 years. They want to go back to a $40 million payroll.
I nominate this idea by Tom as the worst idea as far as who could be the next Padres owner. This is the worst, and I mean the absolute worst that someone could come up with in this town. And Tom has been here. Tom is not some newcomer. All right. Tom has been in this town far longer than I have.
Mm-hmm.
Far longer than you have. And this is his idea, is Jeff Morad. WTF, exclamation point. What are you talking about, bro?
Jed Jerko is a Padre, hit 236 with a 688 OPS. Austin Hedges, of course, has one of the lowest OPSs in the history of the Padres. It doesn't even, like, again, at least make it make sense. Like, if you're gonna put it in print, don't sell me on Jed Jerko and Austin Hedges and how it was this brilliant era of Padres baseball. By the way, winning 90 games with the lowest payroll is basically a backhanded compliment. That's not making the ownership group look good. You had the lowest payroll.
No.
And reverting back to anything below like a top 10 payroll, you're not winning a World Series.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not getting anywhere close to a World Series doing that.
I think if the Seidler brothers sold the team to Jeff Morad,
the Bros,
and the headline was former Padres owner returns,
becomes Padres owner,
becomes new Padres owner. You want to talk about ways to just like really burn this whole thing down?
That might be the way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
This is not hard in terms of, you have to, in my opinion, the easiest way to do this is to include Sheil Seidler in the next ownership group. She clearly wants the involvement. She has filed legally for control of the franchise. She clearly would want to be involved. Whomever is the next owner of the San Diego Padres would be making a mistake to not include Sheil Seidler, in my opinion. Simple as that. You want the goodwill, you want the trust, you want to continue Peter's legacy, include Sheil Seidler. Now, there's other ways to do it as well. Listen, I'm sure people could be sold on the Ballmers and the Cronkies and these massive names across sports. Of course, people would get excited by that. But you want to win the press conference, you include Sheil Seidler, in my opinion. You don't include Jeff Morad. You include Sheil Seidler.
You want to lose the press conference?
Right, exactly.
You have Jeff Morad buy this team back from the Seidlers.
By the way, does he want the team? Is Jeff Morad like, you know what? Now that they're worth $2.5 billion without a TV deal, now I want back in.
It's got to be the dumbest article anybody has ever written in this town, or one of the dumbest articles.
Did he speak with Jeff? Did Jeff, like, why would he write it? You know what I mean? Isn't it kind of out of thin air?
I have no idea. It's just absolutely insane to even come up with that idea. That's like, I don't even have like an example I could use off the top of my head. Like, I got it. Actually, no, I don't have it. I'm trying to think of like awful owners selling and then rebuying that team later on.
Well, I don't think
like
if Sterling wants back in.
Yeah, if Sterling was alive.
Yeah. I don't think this right. If Dean Spanos sells the Chargers, I have a good feeling he's not going to rebuy them.
No.
I don't think that's part of the plan.
No. So anyway.
So you don't think it's going to happen?
I don't think it's going to happen. I think that I just can't believe that was actually.
Yeah, it is a weird. Like, honestly, if I'm gonna sit down and write 1,000, and this is not like some long piece. If I'm gonna write 1,500 words today, and I'm the UT, then shoot for the stars. Give me something actually like sexy or appealing. Give me the next Steve Cohen, the Steve Cohen of the West. Give me that. Don't give me someone that previously owned the club when they weren't successful.
Look, when this town at the UT has the trio of, he doesn't work there anymore, but he still writes a little bit. When you have the trio of Jay Posner, Tom Krasovic, and Canepa, you're not going to get many good pieces.
It's just, it's a very unique look at the current state of affairs. And if there's no world in which this even exists, you know what I mean? Like this Why are we writing this?
It's
This
a
isn't
waste.
happening.
It's a waste of 1,000
Right.
words.
It's
Just
a
an
waste of our
absolute
breath.
waste to actually. It took me. I think I counted like maybe 3.5 to 5 minutes to
read it.
To read it.
Right.
Maybe, I don't even know. Whatever it took me to read it. It was a waste of however long it took me to read that article. It was an absolute waste of my time.
What about the fact that Eric Rupner worked under Jeff Morad?
Waste of my time.
Does that mean it's going to happen?
An absolute waste of my time, and it's a waste of everybody's time to read that piece. It is just the absolute worst.
I go back to this. I have no clue who the next owner of the San Diego Padres is. I do think it should include Sheil Seidler. So that's my position right now. That's how I feel about it.
Morad.
No,
Sheil
Seidler should be the future of the franchise. All right, we're going to continue this conversation coming up at 4 p.m. We'll get to the wrap. We've got a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration that we're going to give away in the 4 o'clock hour. And Greg Camarillo, who played, of course, wide receiver in the NFL. He joins us each and every week. He'll join us coming up at 4:30. This is John and Jim. All right, we're going to get to the wrap coming up at 4 p.m. Greg Camarillo joins us at 4:30. We mentioned earlier that significant story involving Major League Soccer where they're going to change their calendar to fit more of the World Club Soccer calendar. The other MLS story, did you see this? The MLS Apple TV story that came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is they'll no longer put MLS matches behind a paywall.
Love
so
it.
it's coming out from the paywall to Apple TV. They've also shortened this deal. This deal is going to end in 3 years. It was a 10-year deal. It's going to end in 3 years. But I think the good news is for the consumer because you had to pay this year. I did it. You did it. You had to pay the extra money to get the MLS season pass. Okay, understandable. You can watch your clubs. You can watch Major League Soccer, but it's prohibitive because then you got a lot of people that aren't paying, so they're not watching. Next year, it's not going to be on like every cable system or every television channel, but if you have Apple TV, you no longer have to pony up the additional money, whatever it was, $100 or $120. You can watch MLS matches beginning in 2026 on Apple TV without MLS season pass.
I think anything that benefits the consumer is a win. Instead of having to pay more, you have to pay less, or at least you don't have to pay to get it. All you have to do is have Apple TV, and you don't have to add on and like, oh, I got to get the MLS package. So I think it's great for the consumer that
I agree.
All you have to do is have Apple TV and you can watch MLS.
Yeah, I think where you start to run into issues is like, listen, you could be the most diehard MLS fan or soccer fan, but when you put it behind paywalls, you got to do a lot. You're asking for someone to open up their wallet. And it's just asking too much. It's like you might be a big college football fan, but you might not want to go buy a special college football package to watch Louisville and Clemson. You'd watch Louisville and Clemson on ESPN2, but if you took it to Apple TV Plus, you might not find Louisville and Clemson. I just think this makes it a lot easier for soccer fans to just watch soccer.
I guarantee you, if there's a sporting event or whatnot, and I go to the app and I go to the sporting event expecting to watch it, but then it says you have to pay an additional, even like $3.99 to get past this paywall to get to the actual event. I'm not doing it, even though it's only like $1 or $2 or whatever it is.
And now I gotta take out my wallet.
People are inherently lazy, especially in today's day and age, and to go that extra step, they're just, unless it's something that they really want to watch,
have it,
like have to have it, then you're going to do it. But if it's something that you just kind of want to turn on and watch, like you're not going that extra step. You're not doing it, even if it's like $1. You know, I look at like The Athletic. Like we have The Athletic because we kind of need it because of reporting. But there's a lot of people out there that once they see an article and they click on The Athletic and it's only $1, they're not going to do it because they don't want to take that extra step. So when you have stuff behind paywalls, it's just, trust me, like people just don't want to do it, even if it's only $1.
I mean, look at it this way. We all buy Padres.tv, or a lot of our listeners, me and you, I have Padres.tv. Okay, I can watch 150 of the 162 games. But guess what? When they play Friday night on Apple TV Plus, not Apple TV.
I'm not buying
but Apple TV Plus is like, you know what? I'll watch them 150 times, but that 150 first, you really want another $10 per month for me to watch Cardinals Padres? Like that's just a bridge too far. And I think, honestly, good on both sides. I think if you're Major League Soccer, you probably recognize like we need larger viewership. And from Apple's perspective, like you really want to close it off to your potential audience on Apple TV. I would incentivize people to join Apple TV. And I think that's what they're doing. If you get Apple TV, you can watch Major League Soccer. And if you're Major League Soccer, now people can watch it on Apple TV and they're not behind the additional MLS season pass paywall. This is through 2029. It coincides with the change in the calendar. In 2027, we have a World Cup next year. These are wins for me. To spread the game to more people in the U.S., these are wins for me.
Absolutely. I think this is the great thing for Apple TV, or at least the great thing for MLS.
Yeah.
Maybe not Apple TV.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a way to get people to Apple TV. Like, hey, sign up for Apple TV, you get Major League Soccer, and you don't have to pay a dime more to watch it.
I do think that MLS and Apple TV probably saw how many people actually got this subscription, and it wasn't even close to
wasn't
enough.
Working. Yeah.
It wasn't working. So because it's not working, you have to change things. And you got to give the people what they want. At least you got to make it easier for people to watch. You can't make it harder. Especially, I mean, no offense, but especially for soccer. Like it's not the NFL. All right. People are going to go. And when there's a playoff game on Peacock, they're going to go buy Peacock to watch the playoff.
Yeah.
game.
Like if the Kansas City Chiefs are on, the Chiefs could be on Peacock 3. And people are going to find Peacock 3.
Say that 3 times fast.
Peacock.
No, don't
3.
say it. Don't do it.
But I mean, they'll go through all types of barriers to knock down those walls.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah. I've gone through barriers to knock down walls to watch what I want to watch. But like right now with the ESPN YouTube TV dispute, I could watch everything that I want to watch on ESPN if I downloaded their new stupid ESPN app. But I ain't doing it.
Almost out of principle, right?
Out of principle and also like out of spite and also just because it's an extra step that I don't want to do. It's more money.
This does take me down the path of whatever games are being played with the consumer, stop. Like ESPN, you've lost any goodwill. When I was younger, I'm sure everyone feels the same way if you're a sports fan. There was a period of time you saw ESPN and you held it in high esteem. You're like, this is the gold standard.
Yep.
The world of sports at your fingertips, Sports Center, live program. It was beautiful, right? You were younger. You're like, this is unbelievable. And now as you get older and you get more jaded and you see the way this is playing out, like, stop nickel and diming us. I just want to watch college football or the NBA or the NFL or wrestling or UFC. Stop with the nonsense.
Well, the thing with wrestling, so they were on Peacock and all
Yeah.
you had to do was just get Peacock.
And then you got all the,
And it was like, I think like $16 a month or whatever. But you not only get wrestling, you got like everything that Peacock had to offer, which was TV shows.
wait,
like,
so was it more than the price of Peacock or was it just the price of Peacock? It included wrestling.
it included wrestling.
Okay.
You didn't have to get like
It wasn't Peacock Plus.
plus wrestling. It was just Peacock, and it had
Okay.
the WWE on there, and it had all
Yeah,
the
like there's like Big Ten basketball and football. There's their content.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
content on Peacock,
Yeah.
right? You could and the NFL playoffs will be on
Yes,
Peacock, so
that's
it's a plus as well. Then the greediness of everything that is the world today happened,
right,
and,
probably WWF and ESPN.
and so WWE goes to ESPN's new app, right?
Okay.
Which is I think $29.99.
That's a fortune.
That's a fortune. And initially, we were led to believe if you had just YouTube TV in the ESPN package that you'd be able to get WWE. And wrong. You have to buy this dumb app to watch
Ridiculous.
WWE. And their thing is, they only have, if you just wanted to watch WWE, if you were not a sports fan at all, you have to pay $29.99 a month to watch essentially one PLE a month, which is
So for $30,
yeah.
you're telling me I get the February special wrestling event and then the March wrestling, but I'm spending $30 a month to watch my one
Yes.
special, unique wrestling event.
on an app that sucks.
Yeah, no.
So
Sorry.
I just stopped doing
How
it.
many people are converting? See, that's my point. You are a wrestling fan. Brent is a wrestling fan. There's a lot
Me
of
and Brent
how
have
many
not gone to
people?
ESPN
That's what
for
I'm saying.
wrestling.
How many people are making that conversion? And you guys are fans, and you're not making the conversion.
Dude, I think it's too much to pay, $18-19 for Amazon. I'm not paying $30 for ESPN
To watch this event
they
once a
can
month.
kick rocks.
It's-
yeah.
I think a lot of people are like you two.
The only time that I would consider doing it would be for a WrestleMania. That's it. That's it.
Can you buy then cancel? Is it a month thing?
Hell yeah, I would.
So I'm saving my trial.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You get the 2-week trial or the 10-day. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I could see myself doing. Maybe a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but it's almost like out of principle, to your point. Hold the line, man. Find another way.
Like, it sucks. Like I want to watch Survivor Series because it's at Petco Park, but I'm not doing it.
Spend $30.
I'm not doing it. So you know what I'll do? I'll watch like clips and highlights and
Hold the line, dude.
And I go online. What I do to like kind of go around the system to watch matches is I'll watch streamers' reaction videos because they stream the actual match.
So they're reacting to it in real time.
They're reacting to it real time, and that's how I watch the match. I don't have to pay $30 for
Will
it.
they post the actual matches after the fact, like YouTube or anywhere that are available without
Down the line,
paywall?
they will, but it takes a long time for them to do that.
Interesting.
I think this year they just released WrestleMania's main event from like 2 years ago.
Gotcha. So you're not going to get it the next day.
No.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
All right, we'll get to the wrap on the other side. Greg Camarillo will join us, the former NFL receiver, joins us at 4:30. We'll get into this weekend in the NFL, including Lions and Eagles. Big one Sunday night football. We're also giving away a 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld's Christmas celebration in the 4 o'clock hour. This is John and Jim.
this update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Boise State at Snapdragon Stadium. 7:30 kickoff time. 5:30 is when our pregame coverage starts. You can listen to all the action right here on San Diego Sports 760. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. That's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Previously on John and Jim.
I think it comes down to money. I mean, isn't it a dollars and cents conversation? If I'm in John Seidler's shoes, you're telling me that their primary focus is in finding the right steward for the Padres? Or is their primary motivation going to be to maximize their return?
If Steve Ballmer came in, I want the Padres for $2 billion. He would be very involved. He would care about the team. Some rando who nobody knows, who doesn't care about the Padres, and they offer $3 billion. Who do you think the Siders are going to choose in that situation?
Now, live from the San Diego Sports 760 studios, it's John and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? Hour 3, John and Jim. Greg Camarillo swings by at 4:30. We'll talk about this weekend in the NFL, including Eagles and Lions coming up, Sunday Night Football. We also have Monday Night Football actually right here on San Diego Sports 760. Raiders Cowboys coming up Monday night here on San Diego Sports 760.
Must be nice.
Plus, this hour we'll give away a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration.
Oh, must be nice.
So we got a lot going on.
Must be nice.
Including a short show on Monday. How about that?
Must it be nice.
It's not that short. We're off at 5:15. Not the 4:45. Or is it 4:45, Brent? Because this is Raiders.
I think it's 5:15.
5:15.
Come on.
I know.
Come on.
That's what I was told.
We don't want that pregame coverage? You don't want to break that down?
I mean, I want like the pre-game coverage. I want the pre coverage.
See, technically behind the sscenes, it depends on whose coverage we're taking,
Right,
whether
the
it's the Cowboys or the Raiders.
Raiders,
So
yeah.
obviously we're taking the Cowboys.
Of course. Why wouldn't we? No question.
Raiders would have been at 4:45.
I know. Anyway, we'll get into it all with Greg Camarillo coming up at 4:30. And right now, let's get to this.
It's time for the wrap. Presented by Sombrero Mexican Food. Check out their website at sombreromex.com.
Is tomorrow a must-win game for the Aztecs?
Yeah, if they want to host a Mountain West Conference championship, it is a must-win game. That's how I view it.
Well, that's because you'd be correct.
That's yes, I am correct. I am right on that one.
Like the odds of them hosting a Mountain West championship and losing tomorrow are like 2%. It's very unlikely. They need all kinds of help. They'd have to go 2-0. Yeah, I mean, it's close to a must-win. Listen, they're 7-2. I mean, they were 3-9 last year, so they've done a lot of good things. But in order to finish this off, yeah, it probably involves a win over Boise State. Nobody thinks that's going to be easy. And adding an extra layer is whatever happens tomorrow with the precipitation and the weather. But yeah, I mean, if you want to win a Mountain West championship, it probably includes winning tomorrow at home against Boise State. Next question.
Who wins this week's Sunday Night Football game between the Eagles and Lions?
This game's in Detroit, right? Or
This
is it back in Philadelphia?
game is in Philadelphia.
It's in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Eagles are favored by 2.5
I'll take the Eagles
at home.
at home. It would make my wife happy. But I do like the Lions a lot, even though they're dealing with injuries. They put up 44 against the Commanders last week with Dan Campbell calling plays.
I feel like the Commanders are terrible right now.
The Commanders are not good. But this game is interesting to me because if the Eagles go out there and they, they beat the Lions at home, will that be enough to make you feel like this Eagles team is still top of the class in the NFC? And then on the flip side, if the Lions go out there and they win, that can make you feel different about the Lions? I would say yes.
I think definitely about the Lions, but if the Eagles do win, they're 8-2. Like, it's going to be hard to be like, well, the Eagles, are they any good? They'd be 8-2 if they beat the Lions at home. I do feel like it's more of a proving opportunity for the Lions. Like, can you go to Philadelphia and win as a slight underdog? And then all of a sudden you are like one of the best teams in the NFC. But if the Lions lose in Philadelphia, they're 6-4. Like, you're really going to make a Super Bowl if you're Detroit, if you're 6-4, 10 games into your year? Could, but it would be unlikely. You'd have multiple road playoff games. So I think it's a must-win game.
It's a must-win game, John.
It's an important game. I'll say that. It's a very important game in the NFC. Next question.
Are the Padres a 2026 World Series contender?
Not today, they aren't.
They're a contender. They're a contender for a playoff spot. World Series contender? No, they're not.
How do you? And I agree with you, but how do you make that differentiation?
Because if you make the postseason, you are therefore
That's what I'm saying.
thereby the definition of World Series contender.
But are you, because to your point, like I'm agreeing with you, are you a World Series contender by making the postseason in today's baseball when you watch the importance of slug in recent years? LA Dodgers, Toronto Blue Jays. Like you're talking about teams that are hitting twice the number of home runs in an average game than the San Diego Padres.
Well, also, like, there's different types of contenders. Like, were the Cincinnati Reds a World Series contender this year?
No chance, right?
No.
Even though they were in the postseason, you're saying?
Right. So you can look at teams and be like, they're a contender for the postseason, but they're not a contender for the World Series.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too.
So I think the Padres are a contender to make the postseason. But at this moment in time, I don't think they're a World Series contender.
I mean, to be honest with you, and it's not the start of the year, I think if you like laced them up today, so to speak, they're not a postseason contender. There's work to be done in this rotation. Like this is far from a finished product, but that's okay. It's November. I'll trust AJ Preller and the organization, not necessarily the ownership.
Like your game two starters, Randy Vasquez.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's real work to be done. I'll trust that Preller can put together an 88-win team, but I don't know if I'm trusting him to get this team to the World Series next year. Next question.
Who do you guys want to buy the Padres?
I'll throw out a name. You throw it. Seriously, throw out a real name.
I do like Theo Epstein a lot.
Good name.
If he were to,
you mean like front an ownership group?
Like if he was the front of an ownership group, I do like Theo a lot. He has ties to San Diego, has ties to the Padres. He's a winner. He's gotten it done. Multiple spots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is this like we all have talked about Theo Epstein coming in here to be the president of baseball operations at some point in time in the past? I don't know if Theo, that's where he wants to focus his time and energy. Like he's looking maybe bigger picture. I think that name is a great name. I don't know the likelihood of it, but Theo Epstein, front and center, he's a control person, and he has like a group that of investors and big money people that don't want to be in that position, but want to have their stakes and want to have kind of their foot in the baseball world to own a baseball team.
I'll give you someone I used to work for who's been on the station.
John Fanta?
I would love John Fanta on this team. I mean, I would absolutely love that.
Talk about passion. He would bring passion.
I would absolutely love that. But
I'll guess it.
You're going to know it. Say it.
Josiah.
He's been on the station. I don't think he was on John and Jim. We had him on to talk about the arena.
Mm-hmm.
He was very honest about it, by the way. He's like, I'm all for bringing an arena to San Diego, but it also has to make financial sense to do that. He was very honest about it. I received checks from Josiah working for the San Diego Seals. I mean, I don't think they were signed by Josiah, but I've had dinner with Josiah one time downtown in San Diego.
His net worth is around $10 billion. That was as of 2023, though.
He's one of the richest people in the world. And I want to say he has raised his children in San Diego. He's resided part-time in San Diego. He owns a professional lacrosse team in San Diego. He also owns the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh,
he also was a co-owner of Alibaba, right?
It's gone up to $11.8 billion. That's his net worth right now.
Now, I have no idea if he would be interested. And again, I'm not saying Josiah needs to run the day-to-day of the San Diego Padres, but with his backing, and again, the right control people, the right front people, I think it's a name that is very intriguing. How could it not be? He has spent a number of years in San Diego. The net worth speaks for itself. His involvement in professional sports in America speaks for itself. Again, does he have an interest? I have no idea, but you're talking about one of the richest people in the world in Josiah.
I've heard the name Joe Lakeup be mentioned.
The Warriors owner or former owner?
The current Warriors owner. His net worth is around $3 billion. So
that's not going to do it. No.
He would need partners to come in. He tried to buy the Angels. Or at least he tried to. I forget, it was the Angels or the A's. I forget which team. Maybe the Angels.
I thought it was the A's.
It was the A's.
Maybe it was the Angels. I don't know.
Maybe it was the A's. I don't know. Try to dip his toe in that water. I know Mark Cuban, tried to buy the Cubs way back when.
Way back when.
Yeah, and the MLB owners are like
Didn't allow it.
never.
Yeah.
That's the issue, by the way. When you get into that Steve Cohen threshold, there's already one Steve Cohen. I don't know if they want another. Because Steve Cohen's already kind of taken the sport by storm with the Steve Cohen tax. Like, do these teams want to welcome in an ownership group that has more resources than the other owners? Seriously. Like, do you want to bring the richest guy into the room if you're Major League Baseball?
All right, let's just look at the richest people in the world. Screw it. So we got Elon, your boy, sitting at a nice $467 billion. That's how much he's worth.
Imagine what he would be saying about the Dodgers once he buys the Padres on X.
Oh my God.
Right?
Larry Ellison, Oracle.
I was going to say, yeah. Oracle, yeah.
$275 billion.
These people aren't buying.
Your boy Jeff Bezos, Amazon, he's at $245 billion. His net worth actually dropped by $2.5 billion. Oh, wow.
Tough year.
Yeah. Larry Page, Google, $228 million. Sergey Brin of Google, $211 billion. Your boy Zuckerberg, $209 billion.
You know who lives in San Diego?
Steve Ballmer, 154. There we go.
You know who lives in San Diego, or at least has a home? Would be Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Don't know if I want him the owner of the Padres.
No. Well, none of these. I mean, these are just rich people. There's a lot of rich people. They're going to find an owner.
$104 billion there. Let's see. I'm trying to see here if there's anybody.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rich people. So they'll find an owner. But I'd prefer to find the right owner to the richest possible owner. Does that make sense? Like that's what I said yesterday. It's like, I think ultimately the Sidlers will pick the highest offer. But what I want is someone that's got the pockets, but also has the passion. Like, I think there's a big difference between buying the Padres and trying to turn them for a profit and buying the Padres and trying to win a World Series as the owner of the Padres. That to me is a key distinction.
Right.
Like, you just because you have money doesn't mean you have a desire to win.
Stan Kroenke, he wants to build
everything else.
He wants to build the arena here at
I know.
But I don't know. He's worth $21.3 billion.
Stay tuned is what I would say. Stay tuned in terms of who will own the Padres after the Seidler ownership group.
How can someone be worth $450 billion?
That's insane. Who's 450? Elon? That's insane. It's insane. We have a developing situation regarding the dispute between ESPN and YouTube TV that we will share on the other side. Plus, coming up at 4:30, Greg Camarillo, former NFL wide receiver, joins the show. It's John and Jim. All right, Greg Camarillo, former NFL wide receiver. He joins us weekly to talk about the NFL. He'll join us coming up at 4:30. We have a developing story from the Sports Business Journal and others. Sports Business Journal reporting at this hour, sources close to the situation telling the Sports Business Journal that ESPN and YouTube TV deal is close and that it could go down tonight. This per Austin Karp at the Sports Business Journal. It's been over 2 weeks since ESPN and YouTube TV have been in this dispute, and it could be resolved as soon as tonight, which I feel like is good news for anyone with YouTube TV, which includes me and you and 10 million others.
We won.
Because we held out. We got some credit.
We held the line.
Now, have we missed anything these last couple of weeks? We've missed 2 Monday Night Football games.
We missed some NBA basketball. We missed Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we've missed some things.
College football.
That's what I'm saying. But
So,
we're still here.
We held the line and
Now,
we won.
The question now, did we though? Because what happens on the other side? Does our $82.99 price tag become $86.99?
Well, I've claimed the $20 discount.
Yep.
And I've also claimed that $10 discount.
There was a $10 discount
Yeah.
before a $20 discount.
Right. So there's a $10 discount and then a $20 discount. So I claimed both of those.
$30.
So we'll see how that works out for me.
Yep.
So
The $10, by the way, is for 6 straight months.
it is $72.99.
So it's actually $60, 10 times 6 plus 20. We've actually gotten $80 in credits here,
which is a month of YouTube.
which is a
TV.
month. So I mean, that's not terrible, but
Free month of YouTube.
But
TV.
I still want to know, like, are they doing that? And they'd be like, oh, by the way, your $82.99 is $92.99, but enjoy ESPN.
Dude,
I don't want to pay $92.99.
You can't do that. Like, they can't do that, man.
I mean, I don't know. Can they?
They can do whatever they want.
How does this get resolved? Like, if you're ESPN, are you just going to be like, oh, just kidding. We'll take the same amount you used to be paying us? I assume YouTube's going to be paying ESPN more money. They've been in a dispute for weeks. So how do you ultimately resolve this? All I know is it's basically insanity that these massive corporations can't come to terms for the consumer. It's insane, is it not? We're paying $83 a month, and I can't watch ESPN and I can't watch Monday Night Football because these two sides don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Give me a break. These companies are worth billions of dollars. Figure it out.
And the fact that the consumers then be, put in the middle of this whole dispute.
Go to ESPN, savemychannels.com. Stop it.
Shut up.
Just figure it out. Why do I have to go do your work?
Yeah. The last thing you want to do is make the consumer do more work to watch your product.
And then remember, we
Because
talked about this.
you can't get a deal done.
Scott Van Pelt's like, go to ESPN, savemychannels.com. Give me a break. I like Scott Van Pelt.
That was a corporate shill move.
I mean, unless he was forced to do that, that's kind of unbelievable.
I know.
So if it gets resolved, to me, it could be water under the bridge if the price is still $82.99. It's not like I missed the Super Bowl last night.
No, thank goodness.
Or the national championship. You know what I mean? Like we've been able to survive this to this point as a sports viewer, but it needs to end, and I don't want to pay more as a result.
But in the streaming era, this has been the longest without, these games, like 14 days, I think
It's a long time, yeah.
It's a long time. So that's 2 Monday Night Football games. That's 2 weekends of college football. That's 2 weeks of ESPN NBA basketball.
Yeah.
Some college basketball as well.
Is it one of these things though that it's just going to keep occurring? Next, it's going to
Probably.
be Fox programming, and then
Well, that's the thing
You
is I think it will occur more with streaming than like maybe cable channels. I mean, I know ABC is part of it, right? But ESPN's also part of it as well. But as far as the streaming stuff goes, ESPN's kind of a little bit of an outlier. Like Fox doesn't have this like streaming app that they're
empire,
like promoting nonstop. I mean, they have obviously a streaming app, but it's, again, at the end of the day, get it done. Don't raise the prices, because if you raise the prices, people are just going to be more mad.
yeah, we're in this weird period of time where we were all convinced the right thing to do was to ditch your cable operator and get with the Hulu live television or the YouTube TVs. You're going to save money. It's more convenient. It's easier. It's a win-win. And it has not been the case. That is far from the truth. Are you saving money with YouTube TV over cable television? I don't know. Are you?
I don't.
Maybe a little bit. Is it more convenient and are there less carriage disputes? No, because this is popping up all the time. It's just like I agree with what we've said before. I kind of wish it was the way it used to be. You go back 20 years, you had cable. Everything was on. Now, was it expensive? It was probably expensive, but what we're doing right now is expensive.
The one thing that YouTube TV has, that the reason why I don't ever want to go back to cable, because if it didn't have this, I would probably go back to cable. The multi-view, the library.
I know everything gets recorded so nicely.
Everything you can record stuff easy. It's just the user experience on YouTube TV. I mean, you can watch 4 different games at once. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I know that Thor on Rock 105.3 has this setup. You could have essentially 3 flat screens on your wall. What's 4 times 3, John?
12.
You could have 12 games on at one time on just 3 screens in your home because of the multi-view.
The takeaway here is you didn't know 4 times 3.
I'm tired. No, I did. I just wanted to ask you. What's 4 times 4? 16. What's 4 times 5? 20.
Look at you, man. You are Einstein.
4 times 6, 24.
Whoa. High flying act over. Wow.
Wow.
Boom.
Man.
Holy moly. That's incredible. Man, Jones would be like amazed at this math we're doing in here.
And Jones
This is
5 years
insane.
old.
He's 6.
Or 6 now.
He's 6. Man. Yeah, my takeaway is
Jim can do math, kind of.
Jim knows 4 times 3. I like the multi-view. I do. I love YouTube TV. And honestly, if they raise the price, I'll keep it.
Because I can watch it on my phone. I can watch it on my computer.
It's great.
I can watch it on.
I don't watch it near enough, truthfully.
Yeah.
Like we'll be sitting here in the studio sometimes. We're like, hey, Brent, turn on like the NBA. I could have YouTube TV, NBA, and then college football. Another like, yeah, it's got everything you need.
And the one part I like about it a lot too is when you have cable, what do you need? You need an actual cable going to your television. I can put my
we don't even do that anymore, right?
I can put my TV wherever I want in a room and not have to worry about a cable cord being attached to my TV. Because back in the day, it was like, where's the cable cord at?
Yeah, I remember
Gotta
that.
put the TV over there, right? When you want to put the TV somewhere else and the cable cord can't reach it, you have to go to great lengths to make that cable get to that television. With YouTube TV, all I need is just like a router in the other room for Wi-Fi for my TV, and I can put my TV wherever I want, and I don't have to worry about any cables, additional cables going to my television.
It's great. You just can't watch any sports because they don't have a deal right now with ESPN.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
hopefully that gets resolved at some point in the near future, like as soon as tonight, per the Sports Business Journal. We're going to switch gears to the NFL. We'll be joined on the other side by Greg Camarillo, former NFL wide receiver. He joins us each and every Friday. We'll preview this weekend. Shoot, I want his 2 cents on San Diego State and Boise State as well. He works over on the Mesa with SDSU. So Greg Camarillo is going to join us on the other side. Then later this hour, a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration, now underway and running through January 4th. Tickets and information, by the way, available at SeaWorldSanDiego.com. That's SeaWorldSanDiego.com. We'll give away a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration later this hour. But Greg Camarillo, he will join us on the other side. The ticket giveaway still coming up. We're going to get back into the Padres sales situation and San Diego State and Boise State as well. We're here until 6 p.m. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Tomorrow night, San Diego State takes on Boise State, 7:30 kickoff time. 5:30 is when our pregame coverage starts. Listen to all the action right here on San Diego Sports 760. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
All right, always great to connect with Greg Camarillo back with us. NFL weekend, of course, is underway, and we've got some big games this weekend, including Sunday Night Football. Of course, you can catch them after Sunday Night Football on NBC as well with Football Night in San Diego. We had a game last night as well, Greg. We appreciate you taking time for us. Let's start with last night. The Patriots are 9. They're 9-2. I mean, that's incredible. Drake May, again, has been a story here in the league. The Patriots in the AFC, where are they for you in your pecking order? And thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, well, they're back to being a good team. They took a little lull after Tom Brady left, but it took Mike Vrabel to bring them back. But I say that with caution, and I don't think they're a top AFC team. I know their record is outstanding. They have had so far literally the easiest schedule in the entire NFL. So I think we're seeing a product of that. And I don't want to take away their great play. Drake May is playing outstanding football. The team is playing outstanding football. But when I think they start seeing more difficult teams coming up, they're only 9th in the toughest schedule going forward. So they got a pretty easy path. But they're playing good football. I just don't think they are the best team in the AFC. I don't even think they're the best team in the AFC East.
Well, yeah, the Bills are there as well. So in the AFC, who are your top teams in the AFC, top 3 teams?
Yeah, it sounds like a broken record from past years, but the Bills, like you mentioned, and I know they just laid a total egg against my old team, the Dolphins, yeah. And that's after beating the Chiefs. So they looked amazing. Josh Allen is back; he's doing his thing, and then they go and lose to the lowly Dolphins. So they still clearly have some things to work out. I think they are one of the top teams. Baltimore, which with a losing record, is still one of the best teams. In my mind, and they're only one game out of first place in their division. And then, of course, you got to have the Chiefs in the mix, even though they're in third place in their division. Jim, you know what it comes down to is it's the quarterbacks of those teams. When you have Josh Allen, when you have Patrick Mahomes, when you have Lamar Jackson, you always have a shot, and you are always a threat. And so I think, in my opinion, those are still the 3 teams that I would least want to play in a playoff matchup. And therefore, they are the 3 best teams in the AFC.
Greg Camarillo with us here on John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. So Sunday afternoon at SoFi, Seahawks-Rams at 105. Yeah. Is the winner the best team in the NFC or even the NFL?
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. This should be a great matchup. And I certainly didn't see it coming at the beginning of the season. Sam Darnold, who did amazing things with the Vikings last year, leading the Seahawks. And, of course, Matt Stafford looking like he's playing MVP ball. And kind of 2 different approaches. The Seahawks playing great defense. Their recipe to success is kind of what we saw from the Eagles when they beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Getting pressure to the quarterback without having to blitz. Having a great front line on defense that stops the run, that gets to the quarterback, that allows you to play defense behind them. And it's great. That was the recipe of success for the Eagles. But now we get to see that against the Rams. And now Matt Stafford is playing. He's been playing the best quarterback right now in the NFL. And it is a lot of fun to watch. And it's a piece of coaching beauty as well. Sean McVay loses a receiver and still has Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, so 2 of the best out there, but decides he's going to start going with this 13 personnel, which is 3 tight ends, and changes. Most teams don't do that, and changes the approach, throws them out there, and they're playing great football with that. And so, a shout out to the coaching genius of adapting to what injuries dictate, adapting to what your roster dictates, and still finding a way to go win games. And of course, you have Matt Stafford out there running that offense, and he just looks like a well-oiled machine. Like, making all the right passes. The accuracy is amazing. It's great to watch the resurgence of Devontae Adams' career, who has an oblique injury, but is going to play through it. But this matchup, to me, these are the two best, definitely the best two teams in the NFC, possibly the two best teams in the NFL. And I'm ready to slap a midseason crown on whoever wins that as the top team.
Yeah, and if the season ended today, Matthew Stafford's probably the MVP of the NFL. Moving over to the Chargers, Jaguars this weekend. How are the Chargers still winning games with no offensive line?
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't know. Yeah, the answer is Harbaugh, and how he managed to do that is amazing. He's lost both of his tackles, which are both first-round picks. One an All-Pro, another is in Joe Alt playing at a Pro Bowl level, and then loses two running backs. One, Najee Harris early with an Achilles, who also wasn't in camp from his fireworks incident. And then Omarion Hampton, who was playing great as a rookie, injures his ankle, hasn't been out there. A third-string running back that few people had heard of. O-linemen that are just being strung together, and they're still finding a way to run the ball. Now, I want to say it's Justin Herbert's magic. He's the toughest guy out there. He still finds a way to play at a high level. But that's not impacting the running game. This is Coach Harbaugh at his finest, finding a way to make sure that the ground game is going to work. And now they've got to go all the way to the East Coast, the fourth time in 8 weeks, I believe, and they're playing the Jaguars, who are good at stopping the defense. Every week I keep thinking to myself, okay, the Chargers at some point, the injuries are going to add up. They're not going to be able to get it done. And they find a way to do it. But, I'm still going to say that this is the week that I think the Chargers are finally going to meet their match and aren't going to be able to prevail.
I want to talk about Sunday Night Football. Greg Camarillo is with us. Philadelphia hosting Detroit. Kind of a measuring stick game, maybe both ways. Philadelphia 7-2. Detroit is 6-3, coming off that big win over the Commanders in terms of the points they scored, 40-something points. What's your feeling on this one in Philadelphia coming up on Sunday night?
I think the Detroit Lions offense is going to be the dictating factor in this game. The Eagles have found ways to win games no matter what it takes. If it's 10-7, if it's a defensive battle, if they need to put together some offense, they'll put together some offense. But I think this is the week where we get to see Jared Goff show off. We get to see the Detroit offense light up the scoreboard. And the Eagles have a challenge. And to solve that, they got to go find their guy that has been tweeting more than he's been catching in A.J. Brown, who has been telling the world he's not happy with not getting the ball. I was in the barbershop today, and we were having a full discussion on our wide receivers divas, and the answer is 100% yes.
Yeah.
We, as wide receivers, are reliant on everyone else for our ability to shine, and that's what we're seeing from A.J. Brown, and he can shine. We've seen him shine, and I'd like to see Jalen Hurts and the Philly offense find a way to get their guy involved, because they need it this week against a Detroit offense that has the ability to put up 40.
So Brock Purdy's returning this weekend for the Niners. Mac Jones has played pretty well for the Niners, going 5-3 overall. Do you like that they're going back to Brock Purdy, even though Mac Jones has played well, or do you think that Mac Jones should still be the starter in San Francisco, even though Brock Purdy seems healthy enough to be back out there?
Yeah, Mac Jones' swag just kills me. He looks like a 1986 quarterback out there with the big loose jersey. He's played good football. He has done his job as a fill-in quarterback. The amount of money they have paid Brock Purdy in the multiple hundreds of millions of dollars in his contract, he has to go back out there. You can't have a recently signed quarterback in a quarterback controversy with Mac Jones, because you've paid the guy. He has to be out there. And this is not a Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix situation where they're just waiting for the young guy to come along. Brock Purdy is pretty much still a young guy. So they have to put him out there. They have to see if he can provide that little spark. But the 49ers, they have they're not the same as they used to. And I think that just the injuries are adding up. They lost Bosa. They lost Fred Warner. Their offense it's not the same, and we'll see if Brock Purdy can provide that little spark. But no, there's no controversy when you have a franchise quarterback. As soon as he's healthy, he's got to be out there.
That's how sports work. That's how the NFL
Pay him that
certainly
money,
works.
he's gotta
Yeah,
play.
I mean that's basically how it works. I have a question for you, Greg, that doesn't have to do with the NFL. Jim might still have an NFL question. I need your thoughts on San Diego State. Because I know you're watching. They're 7-2. This is a big game. San Diego State, Boise State. We'll see if it's played. Yeah, we'll see if it's played in the rain or not. What do you make of the turnaround here on the Mesa with Sean Lewis in year 2? And what type of effort will it take? What are you looking for tomorrow night against the Broncos?
Yeah, one, I love it. I love the turnaround. So I work at San Diego State in academic support for student athletes. So every morning I walk in and I've been able to witness the change in the program. With Sean Lewis comes energy. Every time I leave the parking lot at about 8:30 and I'm walking up to my office as the football players are walking down to the field, they've got the stereo bumping. They've got the weight coaches out there as hype man hyping people up. And there's just energy. It is fun. Guys look like they're happy to be there, but they're also working. Like these guys are grinding. They look tired, and that's what it takes. I was on a Dolphins team that went from 1-15 to 11-5, and we busted our rears all off season. And that's the same energy I'm seeing at San Diego State, and it's paying dividends. The guys are good. They're playing great football. They're on top of the Mountain West. This is a huge game, and I know it's potentially going to be raining a lot, but we need San Diego, the people of San Diego, to come support this team, to come fill up Snapdragon, cheer them on, because in these close games, that can be the difference, the energy in the stadium. And it's exciting football. They're finally scoring some points. They're having some fun. They're stopping the other team. I love it, and it's great for the city, and I hope they keep rolling.
Tomorrow night, you can hear it right here on San Diego Sports 760. You're head out to Snapdragon Stadium. As big of a game as the Aztecs have ever played at Snapdragon Stadium is tomorrow night.
The biggest.
Against Boise State. Again, in the Mountain West with really first place on the line in the conference. Greg, we always appreciate your time. We will do it again next week, and appreciate you doing it here today.
All right. Appreciate you, fellas. Go Aztecs.
We've got the giveaway to SeaWorld on the other side, plus our long national nightmare is over. That's next on John and Jim. All right, guys, it is Schaefer, and there is no better time than now to get down to your local Toyota dealer. They have new vehicles arriving each and every day. We're talking about their most popular cars and trucks and SUVs. So whatever kind of vehicle you're looking for, whatever it is, hurry into your Toyota dealer today. That would include trying to find the perfect new Toyota truck. They have the largest inventory of both Tacomas and Tundras. They are ready to roll off the lots. The Tacoma is known for its legendary toughness, its off-road capability, its everyday efficiency. It's perfect for weekend adventures, whatever it is, or just tackling your to-do list. And the Tundra, it brings serious power, impressive towing, and bold design, plus the latest tech and comfort features. Whether you need a truck that's built for the trails or built for your work or built for your family's next adventure, Toyota has you covered. Again, they've got cars, trucks, and SUVs arriving each and every day. We make it easy. See your Toyota dealer today. All right, John and Jim with you until 6 p.m. We'll give away this 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration in the next 10 minutes. The deal has been solved. YouTube TV and Disney have reached a deal restoring access to ESPN networks after 2-week standoff. This per The Athletic. I have the details, Jim.
Oh,
listen to this.
Oh, no. Is it good or bad?
I think it's good for you. For you. The new deal will give YouTube TV subscribers access to ESPN's new direct-to-consumer app.
Yes.
Which is most notable for WWE fans.
Its
major events, including WrestleMania, are now part of that offering. YouTube TV subscribers pay a little more than $80 per month. All of Disney's channels will remain on YouTube TV's service. And I think you're going to get that offering so you can watch wrestling.
So I don't need to add anything? It's included?
Now, we thought that a couple of months ago, and that wasn't the case. But maybe that was one of the sticking points. I bet people were so pissed off by that. Like to your point, wrestling fans.
Like, how could you do this?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Like, your app sucks. You're not getting what you want from this app. It crashes all the time. There's nothing but complaints about it.
Yeah, I mean, the deal is done. The channels have been restored for YouTube TV subscribers.
Let's check.
Yeah, I don't know if it's literally this moment or if it's going to take like an hour.
So, let's see here, ESPN. Wait,
is it on there?
Live. I don't see it.
Just kidding. It's not actually done. Yeah, I don't see it yet either. Give him an hour. Give him an hour. Give him a little bit of time.
They got to go through a couple of processes to bring it back.
The tweet went out 5 minutes ago.
Right.
Give him 15 minutes. Give him 20 minutes.
We can wait a second.
What will you say? Will you take the 2-week hiatus for the DTC platform that gives you access to the WWE events?
100%.
Yeah, you won't have to pay the $30 a month additional to YouTube TV.
We held the line.
And you got what you wanted.
We didn't budge. It was a little bit of rough times through the whole situation.
It was a long time.
14 days without, NFL, NBA, college football, college basketball.
It's a long time.
A little bit of a grind, but we did it. We came out on the other side better for it, and we won.
If the price stays the same and you end up getting access to events like WWE, if you're now, a YouTube TV subscriber, that's a big win. But I guess one of the questions is, will the price stay the same? Because they can say the price is going to stay the same, but you know what happens? You get an email in like a month and a half. In 2026, YouTube TV will go from $82.99 to $89.99. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
But then, if you do, this is like, have you heard that saying, like, girl math? It's like,
or gym math.
This is probably gym math.
Mm-hmm.
So, from what it sounds like, and I'll believe it when I see it, by the way, because I thought this was the case before. Like WWE and all that stuff will be included now in YouTube TV.
Yep.
And
on the ESPN app.
Oh.
The deal will give YouTube TV subscribers full access to the ESPN app, which includes WWE pay-per-views.
Do I have to buy the app still?
I don't think so. Because it sounds like you log in with some type of YouTube TV.
Oh, on the ESPN app?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I mean, the deal will give YouTube TV subscribers full access to the ESPN app.
Got it.
Right?
So if you are a YouTube TV subscriber, you go to the ESPN app and use your
authenticated
login
or whatever
and all that stuff, and then you can get Now
again, I wouldn't do it in 5 minutes, but between now and the next WWE pay-per-view, figure out how to get access to the app.
Okay.
But the app has much more than that. Like if YouTube TV now includes the app access, now we're watching, NBA in the app or whatever else ESPN has on their DTC app. So yeah, I mean, I'm on board. I hated the idea that ESPN had taken all of its content and hit it for $30 a month and made people go there. And I hate that. It's like, no, I'm already paying for YouTube TV. Why should I go pay $30 a month for the ESPN app? But it sounds like now if you're a YouTube TV subscriber, you don't have to pay the $30 a month.
All right, so listen to my gym math.
Okay, let me hear the gym math.
Where I can spin if they raise the prices as something that I'm okay with.
$6.
If they raise the price to $89.99.
Yeah.
Okay. But you still also, because you're a YouTube TV subscriber, can log into the ESPN app, which is $30.
Yeah.
You're saving $23 essentially.
Correct. So you're right, if you're an ESPN, if you want it, like it would suck if you're a YouTube TV person and you don't watch ESPN, then your price is just going up.
My guess is that's what's going to happen in the future.
They're going to raise the price.
They're going to raise the price, but they're going to say we're raising the price by like $6 if you're a YouTube TV subscriber, but you get to use your account to watch the ESPN app like WWE events. If you want to just get the ESPN app standalone, that's $30.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But
yeah,
like
exactly,
because we're letting all YouTube TV subscribers and ESPN's allowing if their accounts to access the ESPN account, we're going to raise YouTube TV prices by like $6, but you get a $30 app for $23 or whatever because of the price hike.
Listen to this. Walt Disney Company announces multi-year agreement with YouTube TV. So this isn't going to pop up again in 7 months. Multi-year agreement. And listen to this. As part of the new deal, Disney's full suite of networks and stations, including ESPN and ABC, have already begun to be restored to YouTube TV.
Let's check it out.
But I just checked that. Begun to be restored. So maybe give it 20 minutes or 15 minutes. But we're on the right path, clearly, to getting ESPN back. By the way, there's a big college football game on right now, Clemson, Louisville, in the ACC, and then out full slate of games this weekend. Then Monday Night Football, right? Is Monday night is on ESPN? Yeah, Cowboys Raiders.
Of course it is.
But I'm just saying in general, like that's you can't just, if you have a Cowboys game that's not on TV for tens of millions of people, like you got problems. And I can't believe they actually had a whole week where we didn't have Monday Night Football. Actually, we missed 2 Monday Night Football games. That to me was utterly shocking. Anyway, it's been resolved. So all's well to kind of end.
We are back. We are back.
We did it. We won, like you said.
We held the line. We got what we wanted. Hopefully.
we think we potentially got what we want.
I'll tell you what, though, because I've looked twice on my YouTube TV
You're
app,
worried.
and it's not showing up yet. By the time I get home, I better see some freaking ESPN, Disney, ABC channels on my freaking
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with that. Like I went earlier today to like, I'm looking at NCAA football, like what's on tonight. It's a Friday night. You know me, I'm a diehard college football fan. I mean, Clemson, Louisville, I want that on. Now it's on the station. Later tonight, we have Minnesota and Oregon. That's on Fox. But like tomorrow, like you kind of need ESPN. If you're a college football fan or if you're an NFL fan, like you can't avoid ESPN. That's the problem with ESPN. You can't avoid it. Yeah, like if the Niners are playing on Monday Night Football, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm not going to watch. No, you're going to watch.
They play on Monday night here coming up pretty soon, too.
I know. You were talking about that. You were worried about that, I think.
They knew they couldn't go too much longer.
It had to end.
It had to end. Our long national nightmare is over. And
yeah, I'm happy.
I think we won.
I think we did. I think we did until we get the email that says the price is not $200 a month. But I do think that we did win.
$50 a month. We're screwed, actually.
All right, let's get back to the latest involving the Padres exploring a sale of the franchise. We'll do that on the other side of a break. Now, we did promise you a giveaway. Okay?
We did promise you a giveaway.
All right, so let's do that right now. Caller 8. You've got a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. Great giveaway. 877-767-4760. Caller 8. You've got a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. Underway now through January 4th. Twinkling lights meet ocean delights. Love that. You can experience the magic of the season, meet incredible animals like belugas, penguins, and sea otters. Plus, check out a winter wonderland with a million dazzling lights and the all-new Clyde and Seymour's Christmas. Tickets and more information at SeaWorldSanDiego.com. If you want that free 4-pack of tickets, what is that worth? That's got to be worth a couple $100. Call 877-767-4760. Again, 877-767-4760 for your chance to win. All right, we're reacting to that breaking news. We're getting you ready for San Diego State and Boise State in the 5 o'clock hour. The latest on the possible sale of the San Diego Padres as well. Hour 4 of John and Jim on this Friday afternoon is next. Stay with us.
All right, this update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Breaking news, YouTube TV and Disney have finally reached a deal for ESPN and ABC and Disney channels to be restored to your YouTube TV account. Moving over to San Diego State football. They take on Boise State tomorrow night at Snapdragon Stadium. Probably the biggest game for the Aztecs at Snapdragon Stadium in Snapdragon Stadium's existence. 7:30 kickoff, 5:30 is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Previously on John and Jim.
I think it comes down to money. I mean, isn't it a dollars and cents conversation? If I'm in John Seidler's shoes, you're telling me that their primary focus is in finding the right steward for the Padres? Or is their primary motivation going to be to maximize their return?
If Steve Ballmer came in, I want the Padres for $2 billion. He would be very involved. He would care about the team. Some rando who nobody knows, who doesn't care about the Padres, and they offer $3 billion. Who do you think the Siders are going to choose in that situation?
Now, live from the San Diego Sports 760 studios, it's John and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? Final hour of John and Jim with you until 6 p.m. I'm going to make Jim jealous. Look who's got ESPN.
No way,
who's
dude.
got ESPN.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see what we got here.
We're working. We're cooking.
We're cooking with
We're
hot
back.
grease.
I got all the ESPN channels back on YouTube TV at my fingertips. Just 10 minutes after the deal was struck.
Look at that. Boom.
I had it first. Yeah, I know. We have the same. We got Clemson,
Louisville.
We got ESPN2. We got ESPNU. We got ABC.
Oh, my gosh.
Everything you could possibly want. Back
I'm
at
watching
your fingertips.
UFC live on ESPN News right now.
I got Missouri, Mississippi State volleyball.
Oh, it's
I
so
got
great.
UFC Live.
Oh, I got ABC.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got it all. We got Freeform. I never heard of Freeform, but it's back.
it's like it was used to
Okay.
be the Disney Channel.
Whatever. It's back. So, again, if you're a YouTube TV subscriber, go to YouTube TV.
We are back.
We're back. Listen to this real quick. This is a bit off topic, but Bill Belichick has issued a statement. And it's a ridiculous statement. It's what it is.
Why is he releasing a statement?
Because of, I guess, the reported interest that the Giants have in him or vice versa. UNC coach Bill Belichick has released a statement. I have great respect and genuine care for the New York Giants organization and both the Mara and Tisch families. The Giants played an important role in my life and in my coaching journey. Since arriving in Chapel Hill, my commitment to UNC has not wavered. We have tremendous support from the university, our alumni, and the Carolina community. Listen to this. My focus remains solely on continuing to improve this team, develop our players, and build a program that makes Tar Heel fans proud. Last sentence of the release. We're on to Wake Forest. Has anyone ever said that? So in saying he's not, I guess, interested in the Giants job, is he even going to be like, why would the Giants give Bill Belichick the job? He's saying we're on to Wake Forest. I think Bill Belichick's final coaching job is the one he's currently in, is my guess. Agree or disagree? Will Bill Belichick be a head coach again after North Carolina?
No.
No way, right?
No. Why would
Why would the NFL? Well, I
will
don't
he even
understand
be a coach in North Carolina next year?
What do you think? More likely than not, or less likely than not that he is? Like, you think it's likely he's back or unlikely?
I mean, I think it's likely he's back only because I don't know if Bill wants to go out like this. But if he
Is
goes back,
UNC
it could
cool
get
with
worse. I don't know. It's going to get better is the question.
They've been terrible, right? By and large, I think they got an FBS win finally, one or two. They got a, but like my point is, okay, let's say you go 5-7 this year. I'm just saying, are they really going to be like a playoff contender next year under Bill Belichick?
So
who they just beat? Didn't they just beat someone?
So right now, if I'm looking at the ACC standings, where's Duke? Oh, I mean, they're 4-1 in conference, John.
No, they're not. North Carolina?
Oh, sorry. I'm
You
looking
idiot.
at Duke. My bad. Sorry. North Carolina.
That's a rival.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, what's North Carolina in conference? Not 4-1.
No, they're 2-3.
Okay. So not ridiculously bad.
Dude, they have scored the least amount of points in conference play. They've scored 91 points this year in conference play.
In 5 games.
In 5 games.
So they're not, yeah. I don't know how it ends. And that's both at North Carolina and also with like Belichick in general. Like, does he get one more crack in the NFL? I don't know what would make him so appealing at this point.
They just beat Stanford.
At home, I think, right? Yeah.
Well, here's one thing though that might matter to Carolina people though.
Okay.
Wake Forest is a rival to Carolina. So to
Okay.
us, Wake Forest, we're like, who cares? But to Carolina, they'll care. And then they got Duke, which obviously is Duke Carolina in any sport is going to be a big deal. But then they got NC State. So they finished with 3 rivalry games. It's going to be one of those deals where, oh yeah, we sucked at Michigan this year, but we beat Ohio State. So that's good enough to save your job. If you would come out and beat 2 out of 3 of these rivals, Duke's probably going to kick their ass, but you know what I mean? If they come out there and take 2 out of 3 from the rivals, it might buy them another year.
Maybe. By the way, the actual statement that Bill Belichick just put out says, I have not and will not pursue any NFL head coaching vacancies. So that makes it more definitive. I have not and will not pursue any NFL head coaching vacancies, but I would spin it the other way and be like, are you even being pursued at this point?
No one.
Are the Giants calling?
I don't think the Giants are calling. Even if the Giants want to go like full old school and go Tom, like we had the discussion,
funny.
Tom Coughlin, Bill Belichick, and whatever other old timers out there.
Yeah,
that you could become a coach of the team.
I think this is kind of much ado about not. Why have there been so many statements from Bill Belichick over the last year? How many statements have they issued? A lot.
All of them.
This and that. My girlfriend doesn't work for the team. You know what I mean? Like there's been so much clarification.
I know.
It's like, what a weird hire is what I would say.
It's a weird hire that, in the end, it's just, it's probably going to be just like a footnote.
Probably. Yeah, I agree.
It's 100% going to be a footnote in the career of Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless he goes and coaches North Carolina for like 7 years.
And wins like 2 national championships.
Or he just sucks for that whole time.
All 7 years.
I don't know. Then you have to talk about it. I mean, the North Carolina thing, like when Bill Belichick gets inducted in the Hall of Fame,
is probably at that point a footnote.
They're not going to say, oh, Carolina for 3 seasons. I mean, they might be just whatever, but it's Bill Belichick, New England Patriots head coach.
I think in a way it could be a lot like Lombardi. Nobody talks about Lombardi when he coached Washington. They always bring up Green Bay. They don't talk about after Green Bay or anything like that.
He coached Washington?
Exactly. Yes, he did.
I mean, listen, Belichick's, I do agree. We had this conversation like 8 weeks ago. I do agree Belichick's legacy is obviously secure. He's going to be remembered as, if not the best, one of the best coaches in the history of the NFL. I'm just saying it's gotten a little muddier here recently is all I'm saying. Like, again, has this changed what he did with New England? Has this changed that unbelievable reign? And no, it hasn't. It has not, to be honest. I'm just saying, like, just be careful here. Like, this has gotten a little messy here over the last 12 months. If I was Bill Belichick, I wouldn't want it to get messier over the next, like, it's gotten messy. You kind of have to clean it up a little bit if you can on the way out, is what I would say.
Or just like stay low to the ground.
Maybe.
Don't make any noise. Yeah. Just go about your business. Do the Bill Belichick thing, right? Don't be in the tabloids.
Yep.
Right. Just go to work, do your job. Then it gets quieter. And if you win football games, it's better for you.
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
Just focus on you and move forward.
We've completely buried the lead today, by the way. We have full slate NBA Cup action going on right now, including tonight. Jim's Warriors in San Antonio taking on, well, not Jim's Spurs, but the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama. This would
revenge game.
This would be group play. Yes, the Warriors did beat the Spurs earlier this week, right?
They did. Steph Curry had to score 46 points for that to happen.
So we are, we've got a full slate of group stage action. So I'll be honest with you, I've paid zero attention to the NBA Cup. Like if I named a team, could you tell me if they're where they are in the standings of the NBA Cup?
No chance.
So like if I said Nets, you wouldn't know if they were in first place or last place, right?
I don't know because they deal with point differential, right?
And all this stuff. Yeah.
I don't know, nor do I care.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but guess what, dude? You have ESPN back now, so Mr. NBA can return.
Do we? I know. I've been watching. We've been trying. It's been hard without ESPN. We used the ESPN app the other day to watch.
But I also think Cup games are on Prime.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Friday night. Yeah.
But still, you were Mr. NBA for like the first week of the season.
I was until they took my channels away.
I know, but now that your channels are back, you can start watching Wemby again.
I mean, I'm kind of excited for Warriors Spurs tonight
No, you're not.
in the West Group C.
It was kind of bad on Friday when you were in Hawaii, slumming it up. We were talking about the NBA Cup courts and how awful they are.
Gosh.
And then I got home and I turned on the Bucks game, and I kind of liked it.
It was like a highlighter for the Bucks, wasn't it?
No,
that
it
was
was like
Timberwolves.
emerald green.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That
it was
the
like the
T-Wolves.
emerald green.
Gotcha.
I will say there are some courts that are subtle, which are totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like the Timberwolves neon green court. It's like a neon yellow green.
Right. It's
like
too much?
burns my retina when I watch it.
I still don't really even know, I have no idea, the path from the NBA Cup group stage to the quarterfinals.
I have no idea.
I don't know when the quarterfinals are. I don't know when the semifinals are. I don't know when the title game is. Has it added interest to the NBA? Do you think more people are tuning in because it's a cup stage game tonight?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought.
I don't think they do a good enough job promoting it, because how many Fridays now have we come in here and 3 hours into our 4-hour show go, oh yeah, it's NBA Cup day today, and we totally forget because they don't mention it. They'll put a little thing in the corner. They'll be like, oh, it's Spurs Warriors tonight at 7, but then just in a little corner, will be like Emirates Cup, and it's like, well, tell us it's the Cup.
Tell us it's the Cup. All right, well, Cup stage games underway tonight, including Warriors and Spurs.
So the Knicks have a blue court.
Do you have all 30 courts in front of you?
I don't. I just looked at the Knicks one. They're up on the Miami Heat right now, 58-57 with 3:49 left to go in the first half, John. That's a big game in group play.
I do have all 30 courts. I do have all 30 courts in front of me. I'm just,
All right.
Utah's is purple. You know what I mean? There's some ridiculous.
Gosh.
Well, some of those that at least makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's in their color scheme. It's not like the neon green one.
All right, so the Lakers
Yeah.
is all yellow. Oh,
All
geez.
yellow, yeah.
The
Phoenix is all orange.
what's all? Oh boy.
Yeah, the Reds are tough on my eyes too. Yeah, this Minnesota one is the most ridiculous. The bright neon green.
There's a couple bright red. There's
I
a
don't
lot of
like
red
these
ones.
grays. I kind of like.
The grays are good.
Yeah,
I like the grays.
but yeah,
But
these
there's a lot
courts
of
are
reds.
ridiculous.
There's a lot of reds there. Dude, Lakers are just bright yellow.
Bright yellow, completely bright yellow.
It's so bad.
It
Dude.
really is. All right, let's get you ready for tomorrow night. San Diego State, Boise State will preview again on the other side here until 6 p.m. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, good timing. Aztecs back at Snapdragon tomorrow night. They'll take on Boise State, first place on the line in the Mountain West with pregame coverage beginning at 5:30. Rich and I will have the kick right around 7:30 right here in your home for the Aztecs, San Diego Sports 760. So that's about 24 or so hours out. Conditions are conditions, kind of part of football. You don't always get that here in San Diego. I mean, we've had seasons where the Aztecs are not impacted at all by weather, home or road. And now we could have back-to-back weekends where the weather has played a role. Last week in Hawaii, rainstorm. This week in San Diego. We shall see. No matter what, we'll see if the Aztecs can win this critical game. I think, as we said earlier, should they win, they're in the driver's seat to get to a Mountain West championship and host it. Should they lose, it's likely going to be hard just to get to a Mountain West championship game. I haven't done all the math on the tiebreakers and all that, but that's what's on the line. Both teams. I think Boise wins. They're probably hosting the Mountain West title game. If Boise loses, they're probably not in the Mountain West title game. So this thing is as big as it gets for the middle of November.
Like, it's crazy to me to think about some of the biggest games in Snapdragon's history, and weather is the biggest story.
Isn't that crazy?
Involving it. Game 1 against Arizona, it was like 140 degrees.
Right.
Hot, one of the hottest days I've ever experienced here in San Diego.
The hottest day on record in San Diego County, I believe.
It was so hot that me and Aaron had to go, like, it's a long story, but we had to go buy like one of those AC units, and we bought it from like somebody in like a
I remember
like
that.
a white van, like the selling thing, like the hey kids, here's some candy white van type of thing.
Right. This wasn't specifically at Snapdragon Stadium. You're saying in general,
you
needed to buy an air conditioner
because it was so hot.
Yeah.
And so that was the big story. First game ever. It's 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah.
And then this game tomorrow night, biggest game in Snapdragon's history for San Diego State, with as much as on the line as it is. Tsunami.
No, I mean, and who knows? I mean, it could be a lot of rain, or I don't even know. You were doing the hourly earlier, and the hourly said, didn't you say there was a window? There was a window. I want the window, dude.
So tomorrow, my app says it's going to rain up until about 4:30.
Perfect.
And it will not rain again until like around 9:30.
Okay, though, that's a bit of a window in there. Might be able to cover the game.
You got a 4:30 to a 9:30. Probably
start the game at 4:30.
Yeah, and then you got rain pretty much the rest of the night. So you could get the fourth quarter with some rain, but to start the game, there's a window.
Do we even know? Like when they do the hourly forecast a day out, is that actually accurate?
Yeah, it says right here, dude. Look at it.
But I see what it says, but I'm saying, is that what's going to happen?
From 5 o'clock?
Yeah, it said 0%
to 9 to 10 o'clock.
It's like 40% chance or less.
Yeah, but from 5 to 7, 0% chance of rain. From 7 to 10, you got about a 40% chance of rain.
But I'm saying, can your app be trusted?
Of course not.
That's the issue. But again, it's like we've spent so much time on the weather. I just hope the team has avoided all this. Like I felt like last week there was a lot of talk of CFP. Can they run the table? Like there's all this outside noise. It's hard to avoid it. Now this week it's like it's going to rain. It's Boise State. If you win this game, you have the inside track to the Mountain West title game. I just hope that last week is put behind them, and now they've learned this week. Like forget it all. Forget everything that I'm saying and you're saying. Forget about the Mountain West championship game. Just think about playing better than Boise for 3 hours or 3.5 hours on Saturday. I hope they're able to do that and separate from everything else. It would be hard for me to do. Like I'm always worried about all the stuff that surrounds it. For them, forget about the stuff that surrounds it. Just play good football. Am I asking too much?
No, you aren't. Because when you're a player, I do feel like it's easier to shut off the noise. When you do what me and you do, all we do is talk about noise. We can't just sit here and not talk about it.
Right.
But they are, my guess is they're going to do a good job, hopefully, of shutting out all the noise.
Do you think, you might have brought this up earlier, do you think playing last week in the rain prepares the team for playing this week in the rain?
I think there's potential for that to be the case. I think Playing in the rain last Saturday in Hawaii wasn't expected, right?
It was not expected. Not like that, I don't think.
So the preparation going into the game, my guess is not a lot on, hey, guys, it could rain.
I don't believe so.
Different story this week, probably from the jump from the first practice this week. It was
people have talked about it.
We're preparing for rain. And playing in rain the previous week, that's preparation right there. So yeah, I think they aren't going. It's not going to be as like shock to the system to see rain as it probably was on Saturday in Hawaii.
Do you think this will be a close game?
Probably.
That's what I think too.
I mean, both teams know it's at stake. They both need it. The record that not Hawaii, Boise State has off a bye, like you mentioned, they're what
29-1 in the last 30. It's okay.
Yeah, is that good?
It's okay. Now they got a backup quarterback. They've got a good run game, and San Diego State's got a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just to me is the makings of 17-14, 20-17, 17-16. It just that's what it seems like to me. The Aztecs have not played close games this year. Just one. NIU. Defensive struggle, to put it lightly. A 6-3 win at Northern Illinois. Every other game has been a blowout, one way or the other. 6 blowout wins, a couple of losses that were one-sided. Hawaii and Washington State. So I think we're going to have a close game. And I don't know what the difference is going to be. I mean, is it going to be a turnover because of the conditions? Is it a missed kick or made kick because of the conditions? But I just have a feeling that this thing might be coming down to the end on Saturday night at Snapdragon Stadium. Drone show, by the way, JD was telling us about halftime drone show,
wow.
Which you said you've maybe been to or seen.
Seen a drone show before
live.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was dope.
Droney?
It was a drone. It was a drone show.
I've never seen one, so I'm curious to see what it looks like at halftime. Like I will be watching the drone show.
Cool.
You should come on out Saturday night.
I got plans.
You and Aaron.
I got plans.
No, what plans? Okay, I hope you're watching.
I will be watching.
You got YouTube TV.
Got YouTube TV.
It's on YouTube. It's on CBS Sports Network. Yeah, it's on CBS Sports Network.
I wasn't able to watch the Hawaii game because it was on ABC and could not get ABC on YouTube TV. Kind of glad I didn't watch that game because it was not good.
It wasn't great. I would have given you a hard time, but there's no reason to give you a hard time.
Because they didn't win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have some reporting from Jeff Sanders on the expected sale of the San Diego Padres, and we will share that with you on the other side. Plus, we have Jim's back page coming up in about 15 or 20 minutes as well. Again, we do have Aztec football for you tomorrow night at 7:30. We'll have pregame coverage beginning at 5:30. Aztecs trying to avenge a loss last year in Boise. It's the Broncos and the Aztecs. Both teams are tied atop the Mountain West at 4-1 in the league, and San Diego State will look to take control of the Mountain West tomorrow night at Snapdragon Stadium. Tickets are available at GoAztecs.com. Some reporting from Jeff Sanders on the Padres exploring a sale that we'll share with you on the other side. This is John and Jim on San Diego Sports 760 and live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Breaking news, YouTube TV and ESPN have reached a deal to have the ESPN and Disney platforms back on YouTube TV. We did it. We made it. We won. Moving over to San Diego State. They take on Boise State tomorrow night at Snapdragon Stadium, 7:30 kickoff time. 5:30 is when our pregame coverage starts. You can listen to all the action right here on San Diego Sports 760. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. That's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See yourself at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
All right, John and Jim with you until 6 p.m. There is a new article at the UT, Jim, from Jeff Sanders. The headline: as the Seidler family explores a sale, the Padres are considered, quote unquote, beachfront real estate. Okay.
They're not on the beach.
Correct. Considered beachfront real estate. Maybe that their franchise in the major leagues has value because of the fan support, because of the ballpark, etc. Now, within this article,
find out.
Within this article, we've mentioned this briefly over the last 2 days. The idea that teams like the Twins and the Nationals, by the way, the Nationals weren't sold, and then the Angels, all were up for sale, but then not sold within the last 2 years. So again, the Twins, 10-month period, they announced they're going to hold onto the team. Nationals were on the market 2 years. They held on to the franchise. Angels were on the market for 5 months. Artie Moreno, reverse course, held the franchise. In fact, since the Seidlers bought the team, right, the 2012 acquisition, there have only been 5 sales of major league teams over the last 13 years. So I guess the point is, maybe it's not a slam dunk, like a slam dunk, because we've had 3 recent examples of teams being up for sale that weren't sold in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mentioned that yesterday. Like, they specifically put out in their press release, they're going to explore a sale of the franchise. Not like we're 100% selling. They don't get the money that they're looking for, then they're not going to sell. Right?
Yeah, I would guess. I think that's probably right.
So I think looking at it, you want them to sell, because if they don't sell, there's going to be some drastic changes to this roster potentially. And look, even if they do sell, there's probably going to be potentially drastic changes to the roster. But if the Seidler Bros keep control of this team and they don't find the right buyer, it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm under the belief that what's going to be best for the long term for the franchise is for a sale. Now, I don't know if that's best for right exactly now in winning in 2026, but I do believe that what's best for the long term success of the franchise is a sale. Now, listen, in Jeff's article that was published this afternoon, he throws out some names. You know, he mentions the Joe Size.
Okay.
Again, to what extent? I don't know if he's just throwing out a name to throw out a name.
Probably just throwing out a name to throw out a name.
Like Mark Cuban is mentioned in here. A couple of hedge funds that have shares of major league teams, including the Padres, are mentioned. Like hedge funds that have minority shares of teams as potential majority owners. I don't even know what that looks like. A hedge fund owns the team. Not even like just a faceless entity. A faceless entity owns the team.
Could happen.
And there's still going to be a front person. There would be a control person in that example.
Right.
Like, are you going to be cool for like, hey, breaking news, Arctos Sports Partners, right? Or Ayers Management has purchased the San Diego Padres from the Seidler family for $2.49 million or billion. You going to jump up and down if that happens?
That's why I think we all have to take a step back and realize that it is not even close to a slam dunk that they sell. And it's even further away from that a person of, you know, that we talked about, Joe Tsai or Ballmer or Q, whatever, right? Those types of people that they would buy the Padres.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, again, yesterday I was like, dude, you don't explore a sale publicly like this and hold on to the team. But I didn't really have the reference points of Twins, Angels, Nationals all explored the sale of their team publicly.
I thought the
before
Nationals did
backtracking.
sell. I know that the Twins and the Angels are teams that didn't
held.
sell when they were up for sale.
And then, like, remember the timing conversation yesterday with Kevin? And then, like, the headwinds conversation. Like, if you don't sell it now and you get to the offseason of 2026, are you even going to sell it at that point? Because now it's like CBA.
Right.
What's going to happen with 2027? So the now makes sense to me. But if you're up for sale now, I feel like you would want to move it well before the CBA discussion dominates the sport. There's an article today in The Athletic about general managers at the winter meetings and the agents and what to expect this winter in terms of long-term commitments and dollars allocated because of the CBA that's up at the end of the year.
So back to the quote in there about beachfront property.
You want the quote?
Sure.
Oh yeah. It's the reason why buy. It's analogous to beachfront real estate. In any prominent community, there's only so many houses right on the beach. That's what makes them a trophy asset. There's only so many to go around.
Who's saying that though? Jeff or
no? That was a quote from Martin. Martin being Corey Martin, a managing partner at Granderson de Rocher.
Okay.
And chair of its entertainment finance practice.
Who?
I don't know. He was just looking for some perspective on the finances, I guess, of it. He said there's only 30 major league clubs, so obviously they have value when they're available.
All right, so we're going beachfront like analogy here.
Right.
So on the outside, looks great. I'm going Colin Cowher on you. Outside of the house, on the beach, nice view, good shutters, nice new paint job on the outside.
Here we go.
Looks great, right? You're right on the beach, good breeze, go right on the sand. Weather's great, palm trees in the front yard. But you go inside, plumbing needs to be fixed. The bathrooms are too small. You need a renovation to the living room. The floors need to be redone.
Is this because of the long-term commitments or the debt?
Well, yeah. This is the thing.
No TV deal.
You got $450 million of debt. You got players making $300+ million under contract for like 7, 8, 9 more years here. That's what you're going to have to deal with. No TV deal. So on the outside, first glance, looks fantastic.
You're like San Diego, Petco, downtown. Then you go into the hood, you're saying.
Here's the books. Now it's like, ooh.
Yeah, like what do the books say? Because what Eric Grupner says is every dollar in is a dollar out. You know what I mean? Like every dollar in, we're putting into the club. Is that accurate? Also, do the books say that when they used to have a TV deal and now that they don't have a TV deal, that's been a massive impact? And it has to be.
It's been a huge impact.
That's got to be a huge impact. So like the next owner, like hypothetically speaking, the next owner is buying a club without a TV deal that has a lot of long-term commitments to aging players and also has $300 million in debt. So like that's what the next owner is buying.
Yeah. It's not just the pretty ballpark, the downtown, the revenue of merchandise and what. You got to get the debt out of the way. The fact you have no TV deal, the lowest revenue stream in all of baseball when it comes to that, impending lockout, loans you got to pay off, and big time contracts that are going to look awful here very quickly.
But City Connect 2.0.
City Connect 2.0. You're right.
On blank check, City Connect.
Yeah. Oh, we got City Connect jerseys 2.0. Perfect. Here's a $7 billion. By the way, this is a stupid question, but like in the landscape of like professional sports franchises, the Lakers just sold for $10 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the Padres brand is nowhere close to Lakers. But if the Padres sold for between $2 and $2.5 billion, I mean, yes, the return on investment from 450 to 2.2 or 2.3 billion, it's crazy. At the same time, in the landscape, like if the Mets were up for sale again, or the how much did the Mets get sold for?
Yeah, you're saying would that go for like 5 or 10 billion?
Yeah, like
comparatively,
like the Giants were up for sale, or the Dodgers, or Yankees, or like I want to know.
Steve Cohen paid $2.4 billion in 2020 That's 5 years ago. And now the Padres are looking, according to Kevin Acee, to get more than that. They're not in New York, they don't have the SNY deal.
What's the net worth of the Mets right now? My guess is
Clearly
over
up.
3.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it's in New York. He bought it for 2.4.
Because the Padres, I mean, the brand is not one of the best brands in the sport. It's not. It's a middle at best tier brand.
Is it about brand at this point, or I don't know. You're right. Like, what could they covet among the 30 teams? Are they?
You slap the Dodgers logo for the Padres, they're selling for $10 billion.
Right. Well, that's because also they're in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but you get my point.
I do. Just looking at the most expensive sale in the history of Major League Baseball, it's the Mets. It's the most expensive sale ever. It's $2.4 billion, and the Padres want more than that.
Good luck.
Good luck. That might be a little wishful.
It's 100% too wishful. And you have to also think too. You buy a team for 2.4. I think they're asking 2.4. Well, then all that debt you're
right. Are you paying more than 2.4 then because of the debt too?
Well, you're probably paying more than 2.4. Yeah, absolutely. You're paying closer
you're
to
assuming
3.
That. Yeah. So maybe it won't sell if they want 2.5 or $3 billion, and the richest sale in baseball history is 2.4 billion. So yeah, that is interesting. I hadn't fully considered that. The idea. Well, I don't want to go through this whole song and dance for 10 months. They're like, just kidding. We're going to keep it.
Could happen. Could absolutely happen.
Or even longer, like Jeff Sanders wrote, 2 years. The Nationals were up for sale for 2 years before the Learners decided we're not going to sell the team. 2 years.
Do you think anybody's going to buy a Major League Baseball franchise during a lockout?
No, not during a lockout. I do not. It would not happen during the lockout. It would have to be
This
before.
thing could go on for a little while. Yeah,
a decade. No.
Oh, perfect. Got something to talk about for a decade.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more concerned, honestly, with what they do with this roster. And that'll be a bigger story this offseason. I don't think we're going to talk every day about the Padres being up for sale because I just don't think there'll be any reporting on it each and every day. I do want to know what the Padres are going to do, though, this offseason. So anyway, Jeff Sanders wrote about the Padres and the fact that they're exploring a sale. You can check it out right now in the Union Tribune. All right, we are here until 6 p.m. We're getting you ready for Aztec football tomorrow night. We have Monday Night Football as well coming up. Raiders and Cowboys on Monday at 5:15 here on 760. But on the other side, we will get to Jim's back page. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760 and live on the iHeartRadio app. Hey guys, it is John and Jim again for our friends over at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the Players Place, the hotel and spa now open at Hamul. We're talking about the next level of luxury. You can treat yourself to a stunning new stay, rooftop relaxation, indulgent spa treatments, all the thrills of Hamul Casino Resort, now all in one unforgettable destination.
Yeah, you can savor San Diego's ultimate endless dining experience at Hamul 23. From their world-famous lobster brunch served every morning to the luxurious VIP endless dining experience each evening, indulgent chef-curated specialties, fresh seafood, prime cuts, and decadent desserts, all with stunning panoramic views.
You're going to love the spa. You can unwind in style, experience pure relaxation with indulgent treatments, serene spaces, and a retreat designed to refresh your body and mind. Only at Hamul Casino Resort, the Players Place. Final time, John and Jim, we do want to congratulate our $5,000 winners. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. There's still time for you to nominate a public school teacher making a difference, and maybe they'll be one of our next winners of $5,000 to make over their classroom. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Nominate your favorite teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers. Now, we don't have the benefit of having a window in here. Well, there's a window, but it just looks into the hallway. It's a nice window.
It's like we're like in a fishbowl.
Right. That's
It's not
exactly.
raining.
It's not raining. That's what I was going to ask you, Brent. Thank you. I was kind of expecting when I left here in 15 minutes, there'd be rain. But Brent's telling me it's not raining.
I just checked. We're supposed to get a clear spot until about 9-10 o'clock. Then it's supposed to start again.
Because I don't like the whole
Freeway in the rain.
exactly on a Friday afternoon. That's exactly what I was thinking. If you're out there right now, be safe, including this weekend. Just take the extra time. If it takes extra 2 minutes to get somewhere, it's all right. It's better than crashing your car into the side of a road. So be safe this weekend and
Drive safely.
drive safely. That's a good way to put it. That is a really good way to put it. Drive safely.
Drive safely.
And yeah, you'll thank us later. All right, let's get to it.
McDonald's, John, is gearing up for the festive season with the official return of its beloved holiday pie.
Okay.
It is arriving at participating U.S. locations today.
It's already here.
The returning dessert has built a devoted following over the years thanks to its warm vanilla custard filling, flaky sugar glazed crust, and a signature rainbow sprinkle that gives it a nostalgic, celebratory feel.
Did you say the flavor in there?
Vanilla custard.
Vanilla custard.
It's just vanilla pudding.
Oh, vanilla. I like vanilla pudding.
So do I. I like the holiday pie. I had one a couple weeks ago.
I like vanilla pudding. But is it plain? Would you call vanilla pudding plain?
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't mind. Vanilla pudding, I'm okay with.
Yeah, seriously.
Vanilla ice cream, though, I'm like,
you're out?
This is how I like my vanilla ice cream. If it's like with chocolate.
Well, are you saying vanilla and chocolate swirl?
Like if you gave me like a piece of chocolate cake and some vanilla ice cream, sign me up.
Got you. That makes sense. What if I said vanilla ice cream with a topping that was chocolate chips?
Sure. Like you need some toppings on it. Mm-hmm. I can't just eat plain vanilla.
You can just eat a plain vanilla cone.
No, I get that. I understand that.
From like McDonald's, I could do that.
Okay,
but
fine. If given the choice between a plain vanilla cone and a plain chocolate cone, you're going chocolate?
Yeah.
No, I would never do that in a million years. I don't like chocolate ice cream at all.
I like swirl.
I won't touch it. If I could eat chocolate ice cream and it made me look like Fabio, I still wouldn't eat it. I don't like chocolate ice cream.
Fabio's your reference you're going with, huh?
Pre or post bird attack?
Fabio's your guy. There's so many other better looking men out there today.
Okay.
You're going with Fabio.
It's okay. He just dated himself.
Well, who would be a more recent example?
I mean, you could go
Channing Tatum.
Liam Hemsworth.
Who?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. There we go.
If I could eat chocolate ice cream and look like I don't know, Gone with the Wind co-stars, I wouldn't do it.
Prime Brad Pitt.
Yeah. I just don't like chocolate ice cream.
Fight Club Brad Pitt.
What is appealing about chocolate ice cream?
He doesn't know what Fight Club is.
Yes, I do. It's about that fight.
Maybe he does. He's just not talking about it because he's part of Fight Club.
You know what the first rule of Fight Club is, John?
Don't watch it.
Close. I mean, you're very close.
Watch it.
No, the first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
That's why I'm not
talking. It's a good thing that wasn't the tagline for their movie.
Don't watch it.
Yeah,
don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Stay home.
Taco Bell, John, is releasing a new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. Taco Bell has unveiled its newest limited time menu item, the steak and poblano rolled quesadilla, launching nationwide on November 20th. The item introduces two firsts for the chain: fire roasted poblano peppers, Brent's favorite, and a new tightly rolled quesadilla format that's crispy, portable, and built for dipping. Inside, It's filled with a marinated steak, 3-cheese blend, spicy ranch, and smoky poblano peppers.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what the hell's a poblano.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was a mushroom, but
You didn't know what a
No.
poblano was?
no.
I don't know what a poblano is.
It's a pepper, dude.
Well, now I know that, but I didn't. I was hoping it was like mushrooms.
What color is it?
Blue.
Red.
Green.
Is it green?
Yeah.
There's
mean,
only a couple options.
Poblano is not. Is that a common word? I mean, that's kind of a big word.
It's not like jalapeno
Yeah.
or something else.
I'm not used to that.
Hey,
Ghost
look, when you're a
pepper.
chef like me, you know what a poblano pepper is.
I know
right?
you cook. You do a lot of cooking. I agree.
I've handled a few poblano peppers in my
Your
day.
dad, yeah. What else you got?
Finally, Sharknado 7 is officially in the works, according to the Deadline.
So they're still doing. Is this part of Shark Week or something? Is this a made-for-TV thing?
It's a origin movie.
Okay.
Have you ever watched Sharknado?
I don't think so, dude. I mean, I've definitely heard of it over the years. Is it part of Shark Week traditionally?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
It's like a made-for-TV disaster of a movie, right?
That's one way to put it. Yeah.
As the title suggests, the film will take place before the 2013's first Sharknado and is set to introduce audiences to teenage Finn, played by Ian Ziering. Wait, how do you say his last name?
Yeah, that's right. Ian Ziering.
Wait, from Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah. Good old Steve.
yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
When's that coming out?
I don't know.
Is that going straight to YouTube TV? Is that going
Oh,
straight
it says right here that the casting will be announced soon with a summer 2026 release date.
Oh, wow, can't wait.
Sharknado is the craziest, dumbest movie you'll ever watch, but it's hilarious.
Have you've watched?
Oh yeah.
Of course,
You
I
both
watched.
Have you seen all 6?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, I think I saw the first 4. I checked out when they went back in time. No, don't ask. The thing about the Sharknado movies is, yes, they're terrible, but they're made terrible on purpose.
Yeah, they do it. They
Yeah,
do
yeah, I
it. They do it
gotcha.
on purpose. Like it's satire
and campy and yeah.
very campy, and they're like sharks are flying through the air and killing people. And
John, put it this way: at one point, one of the movies, Ian Ziering literally jumps into a shark's mouth and then cuts himself out of the belly and pulls people out of the shark's belly.
So it's like a documentary. It's like real
Of
life.
course, yeah, it should be on the History Channel.
I can't believe they've made 6 of them and they're making a 7.
I believe it. I can't believe they waited this long because, like,
Between 6 and 7.
oh god, I can't remember when the last one came out. It's been at least, I'd say, pre-pandemic, so it's been a while.
Is Stranger Things out yet?
soon,
End of the month.
When that comes out, are you just gonna binge it?
well, there's only I'll watch it that day. Comes out what, next week or 2 weeks from now,
Yeah.
and then they'll come out on Christmas, and then the finale's on New Year's Eve. So yeah,
See, here's the thing: you almost have to, because
Right.
otherwise you're going to be reliant on everyone else to be a decent human being and not spoil it, even if they do it on accident and not know that. Oh, you're only on this episode. Oh, oops, I thought that was, Oh, I'm talking about episode 6. Oh no, that's actually episode 4. You just ruined it for me. So in a way, you're going to have to.
Is there anything they really need to still clean up in this show? Like we've done 4 years.
A lot.
there's a lot they need
They
to
got
clean
to
up.
button the whole thing up.
Oh, there's a lot.
And this is the last season.
Yes,
Yes.
and it needs to be the last season.
It's time.
Well, they have to. They're all like 27 years old now.
Yeah. All right.
Even for Hollywood standards, they're getting too old to play teenagers.
Right. All right. So tomorrow we've got Aztec football right here on San Diego Sports 760. 7:30 is the kick time. Big one. Understanding it. Big one between San Diego State and Boise State with first place on the line in the Mountain West Conference. 7:30 is the kick time, but our pregame coverage will begin well before that at 5:30. Ben Fletcher and J.R. Tolver, the Aztec for Life. So we'll get you ready for a couple of hours. Then me and Rich will be on the call. San Diego State and Boise State coming up tomorrow night right here on San Diego Sports 760. Reminder, Monday Night Football at 5:15 right after a shortened John and Jim Raiders and Cowboys. And then come Monday, we're a week away from the Western Conference semifinals involving SDFC here in San Diego. All right, if you missed anything today, check out sportsSD.com, the iHeartRadio app, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, or Spotify. If you're listening to us on podcast, please leave a review as well. All right, stay dry this weekend. Be safe this weekend. Hopefully we'll see you out at Snapdragon tomorrow night. And for Brent and Jim, I'm John. Keep it here. This is San Diego Sports 760.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.